All right, there we go. All right, everybody, happy to see all of you guys. Hope you guys are all having a good day. First of all, I want to say sorry. There was a stream scheduled for today, but I totally spaced out on it, so I just forgot it was there. It's one of those streams I put up ahead of time, and I just pretty much forgot. Sorry about that. Loki's over here. He's in a cone, so he doesn't lick his paws right now. His paw is pretty much healed, but this pretty means that it won't mess up anymore. So say hello to Cone Loki. Excuse me. Here you go, Loki. And he can still kind of eat, kind of. But he has to do it like that so he doesn't drop out of the cone. He's learning pretty fast. But it still drops out every now and again. Here you go. Yeah, there you go. So, sorry about missing the other stream today. I totally forgot I had it on here, but big thing of the today is pretty much what happened with Bitcoin in the morning hours. And hey, Jim, Bob, Max Power, happy to see you guys. Madness, what do you call Fredo, Matthew? There you go. Meekers Media, happy to see you as well. There you go. And hey, Wildsters, we figured good to see you now. Yeah, some of those streams I put out so far ahead of time, I just feel bad when I miss them. Because what those streams are is they're part of a partnership I do with Tradesing, and I'm hoping that they didn't get pissed off because I missed that thing. We'll have to see. I didn't get any messages, but we'll see. Because I would hate to lose them as a sponsor, but if I do, I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad, right? But anyway, hope you guys are all having a good day here. You know, when you look at the Bitcoin charts here, it doesn't look terrible. But if you were to go over to the 15-minute chart and you see what happened today, we had this weird thing happen right at the market open, right? You see that Bitcoin just tanked here and just started coming down in a fury after going up for a little bit. I might say as well. And you can see that drop took us down about what, like $3,200 in just about about half an hour or so. So it was a pretty big drastic move with a lot of nasty wicks and whatnot. Even going back over here to the 1-minute chart, which we still have time to do, you'll see this was a pretty crazy move where somebody was trying to pump Bitcoin up and somebody was like, no, we're not going right now, and just, you know, pretty much dumped cold water into whatever hopes we had that Bitcoin was definitely going to have a large move. Didn't really work out here. And hey, Trev, happy to see you. Is Doge going to dip? Or are we getting now? I'll probably pull up Dogecoin in a little bit here. Okay, but basically on the daily chart, not much has happened if you ask me. We did end up having, I would say maybe on the 1-hour chart or the 4-hour chart, whichever you guys are looking for, we finally had that dip down here. And once I saw it's consolidating a little bit more, especially, is it? There we go. Right down here, I did end up buying up some more. I told you guys I was waiting for that dip. I think the last video we did a couple days ago was dip and rip. This was that dip I was anticipating, and now we're going to have to wait to see if we can rip. So this is still more of a higher risk trade that I normally don't make, but because the way Bitcoin's been going, I'm kind of hoping that we can see some more momentum pick up. And at this point in time, I'm just looking to see, hey, are we going to have a smaller breakout right here? What's going to happen? You can still see a little bit of resistance right there. If we're able to, we might be able to break out and at least go back up here to retest $71,000 or so. That's kind of where I'm looking at right now. But for now, I haven't been doing much day trading. It's pretty much just been a swing trade here or there, getting ready for those. Or I've been looking for some of those, you know, 2 to 3 month long hold type of things that we've been talking about before. I don't know about Bitmart, but I do know the one for Blowfin is going to be starting here pretty soon with that new sponsorship. And they are going to be, letting me use their exchange and everything, and, you know, day trading and stuff like that, swing trading. Probably more swing trading, I would say, for me, because I just like to see the profits roll in pretty nicely. But I think I'm gonna try to do a riskier portfolio. You guys know with the one I have over here on Fairdesk, there's a lot in Bitcoin, a lot in Ethereum. I'm thinking of putting a lot more money into altcoins. And by that, I mean probably going pretty heavy into AI tokens and meme tokens. So over the next few weeks, you guys are going to see me whenever everything's finalized. I know I'm getting paid, so to speak. Once I know that's happening, I'll start piling into a bunch of tokens here, because on Blowfin, let's go over here. Markets, futures, there we go. Boom. Oh, hurts. Oh, I'm not logged in right now, but it doesn't matter. You'll see right here above my head, lots of tokens to be buying in here. So I will be going crazy primarily on AI tokens, and on top of that, I guess meme tokens on top of it. What I'm gonna do here, because I haven't had a chance to look at all the tokens, because you can see there's just a lot of different tokens out there. I'm gonna go over here later on in my personal time. I don't want to bore you with this, but I'm gonna go over here to Crypto Slate. Look at the AI tokens. This one right here, the AI, artificial intelligence, crypto tokens, coins, assets, whatever. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go down this list. I'm going to write all these down on my little notepad, and then I'm gonna go down and search for each one of those on here. And the good thing is there's a search bar up here, so I don't have to actually like scroll down every single time. But what I will do is, like, let's say I want to find NMR. Now NMR is on BYDFi, but maybe they have it here. So NMR, hey, they have NMR. I will buy some on this. PHA, do they have PHA? PHA is hard to find on some of these ones. They don't have PHA. Do they have DKO? I don't know exactly know what DKA means. But again, do they have it? That's the type of stuff I'll be looking for. They don't have it, but basically that's what I'll be doing here. Then once I kind of find out all the AI tokens that they have, I'll invest probably $50 a week into each one of them, or I may not do as much dollar cost averaging, and maybe I'll do dollar cost averaging for 2 weeks or 3 weeks period of time, and I will just be buying up loads of those tokens with 2 or 3x leverages, probably 2x leverages to be safe, maybe a couple 3x's if you guys convince me. And then from there, we'll kind of ride the wave and see what happens. Again, when I do these types of things, I'm never 100% certain if the market's going to go down or up once I start buying, so don't treat it like that. I'm treating it as something I want to buy and hold for a few months here and see what happens. If you guys have watched the Fervor one, you guys know it has, I mean, it's profitable right now, but it wasn't profitable last week or the week before that. So that's really the big thing of what's going on here with the channel pretty soon. I'll tell you guys soon if I know Bitmart, the deal is going to be going through here. Then I can give you guys some links and some good deals. You guys will hear me talk about them more as far as the checkups on the portfolios and stuff like that. And then of course, I'll add the little banners over here, like to where you guys are seeing Lux Algo right now underneath the Bitcoin price ticker. You guys will see that, okay? So, hope you guys are all having a good day, and I appreciate you guys for coming in here. Doge and Solana are our easiest day trading coins. I am definitely a good fan of Solana here over the last few days. Dogecoin, I mean, look at Dogecoin right now. Look at that popping off to 20 cents. I know somebody asked me about shorting this a couple days ago, and I was like, I don't know. I'd probably wait a little bit to see if it actually has pops in it. And it kept on going, even with Bitcoin not. And you can see right now with Dogecoin, I mean here, for that. See, I can pull this up right here. There you go. Put that there. There we are. You guys will see up here that we're at that level of resistance. Let's go over to maybe the 1 minute chart. Dogecoin, it tapped on it. It might have even broken out above it. 1 second chart. Yeah, so sorry, I just drank some soda and it's all making me gassy. I've been big on this. I had a bottle of Pellegrino earlier. You can see that Dogecoin did make a new cycle high here, which is great news. So now if we go back over here to the weekly chart with Dogecoin, not all the way back to 2021, let's get rid of some of these old Fibonacci levels here. Let's just get rid of them right there. There we are. You can see that it looks like Dogecoin is trying to rip up right now. And again, Bitcoin's not there. It feels like Bitcoin does want to have a pump here pretty soon. We'll have to wait and see if it actually happens. We don't know yet. I am buying lungs because I think it will. But you see something like Dogecoin. Dogecoin is already making that push up right now. Look at the daily chart right now, still grinding up. A very weird looking chart for sure. But we're seeing some nice moves here. So if you guys are still holding it, awesome. If you guys haven't bought into it yet, it's kind of risky. Typically, the guys, when we've been talking about stuff, I've been much more comfortable about buying when everything is crashing down. I have not been the most optimistic for swing trades. You know, until I see everything kind of realign. Right now, I think, when's the last time we bought? I think it was the day that we broke out, right? So that was, no, the day after. So right over here with Bitcoin. I guess over, yeah, day trade here, swing trade. I started opening right here. So it kind of depends on how long you guys want to hold. Usually, I've been finding out more and more this cycle, as if I didn't know, but if people buy Dogecoin at 20 cents and it drops back down to 17 cents over the next week or something, I feel like people are going to panic sell, so I'm probably not going to recommend buying Dogecoin after it's already had its larger move. I would still be looking for things that haven't been able to boom yet. You know, last week we were, a couple days ago, not last week, we were talking about things like, you know, Ajax, Ocean, which is the low market cap one, it's an AI token. And then we were also talking about some meme coins that you might want to be going into. I haven't had a chance to see what meme coins are doing so far. Let's go over to the 4-hour chart. You know, I see stuff like maybe a Miro. Miro pretty much hasn't done anything since the last few days. It's come up a lot since we bought it, but not much, right? With token, it tried to have a pump, it looks like earlier today, back up to 328. They're just starting their returns. You know, this is the type of stuff I'd rather be buying personally. Ocean. Oh, actually, Ocean this morning or last night went big. It went up all the way to 167. It looks like it's dying back down right now, but if you guys were trading this, you guys might have had an opportunity to sell. I totally missed this, but I'm not selling this anytime soon. Ocean is one of those tokens, if I can find it up here. Where's Ocean at? Oh, there you go. I feel like it's right in front of my face, but I'm just not seeing it. Did they remove it? I see WorldCoin in here. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Just wait on here. Yeah, it's at a market cap right now of like $758 million. I think that's what it is. Yeah, 750 million. So it's still a much lower market cap. I guess right now, you know, it's a little bit more expensive than when we were buying it a few days ago, though. So that's pretty nice. I wonder, do we have any on Fairdesk? Yeah, we do. It's currently around 50% right now. The way I have it structured, every percent is $1. So right now we're up like 50 bucks off of 50%, which is kind of nice. But anyway, that's one. So it looks like only maybe one of the ones we were talking about buying actually did anything good. I'm looking at Shiba Inu, which is trying to move up right now. Shiba's managed to move back up. It's trying to hold that 20-day moving average. You know, if you feel like you're missing out on Dogecoin, I would say Shiba Inu is not breaking the new cycle or new cycle highs right now. So I might actually try to go long Shiba instead and see if it can have a pop up over the next few days that brings it back up here to this level of resistance, kind of around 35.17, which would give you a little bit of a profit of about, you know, about 14% or something like that. You could always go into Dogecoin if you want to, but typically, when we're dollar cost averaging, a lot of the dollar cost averaging for a lot of this stuff was over here. If you're looking for another swing type of event, which will make money like in a week or something like that, it's already kind of run up a little bit more. But you could buy in here, but I mean, your stop loss is going to be either at 17 cents or it's going to be down here at 14.5. I'd probably say 17 cents is a good enough spot, but just have to wait to see what happens when this trend line eventually breaks down, whether it breaks down next few days or if we manage to pop up and then, you know, consolidate for a while before breaking down. All right, there we go. Now, for now, I don't think we need this breakout anymore. We already had it. I think it was a good run. We talked about it enough. Now we've kind of finished off that dip and rip. I think that was the last video we talked about here. My channel live. Yeah, Bitcoin Live, going for a dip, then rip, question mark. And then, oh yeah, we ended up talking about the key bridge thing. That's that bridge falling down in Baltimore. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, sorry. Trying to scoot in to look easier, but Loki's sitting on my legs, which means I have to kind of nudge him over without kicking him. All right, there you go. And right now, this trend line is more for like the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart. The 15-minute chart looks so odd with this one that I'm not entirely sure if this is even going to work properly. But in the scheme of things here, I'm hoping that we can consolidate and break it over the next few hours, and then hopefully by the end of today's candle, we're pushing above $71,000, $72,000, and that's kind of where I would see us over the next 24 hours. If things start to get bad for whatever reason and we start to drop back down below 68,400, or you can see just kind of this level of support that you can see on the 4-hour chart, starting from way back over here. You know, to me, I'd be disappointed. I hope that, you know, we might come all the way back down here towards $67,000 or something like that. But then I would still expect some type of rip to accumulate later on. So I would still probably be buying around this time. The only thing I would say keep your eyes on, as far as how I'm treating this right now, is still going to be that dollar index. That's the NASDAQ. Where's my DA? There's right above it. All right, go to the 4-hour chart. We're like on the verge of breaking out right now, which is definitely just not making me happy. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm waiting to see what happens. This may slow things down a little bit, or it may cause the Fed to do something. Again, we'll have to see. And I do want to stress that even though we've been kind of going up since December, you know, with the dollar index, Bitcoin still found a way to go up as well, right? December from where we are now. Bitcoin December to where we are now. You know, we've still managed to go up. Although I would say a lot of that is the ETFs. Hopefully the ETFs can get us out of the situation. I was going to go over here to Arkham before I got sidetracked earlier, but not much news as far as the last time I saw this morning. Grayscale still selling off vast amounts. Oh, I hate that you guys can't see it there. There we go. Grayscale selling off vast amounts of Bitcoin as always. Fidelity Bitcoin inflows. They ended up buying up some Bitcoin today. Actually more than I thought now that I can see what happened through the rest of the day. Yeah, they ended up buying a good chunk of it. A few thousand Bitcoin at least. Over here we have BlackRock. BlackRock bought a little bit of Bitcoin, but not really too much. It looks like they just bought, what is this right here? No, actually they didn't buy anything today. BlackRock did not buy anything today. Sorry about that. I'm looking at all the shit tokens that keep on getting sent over there. Bitwise bought some Bitcoin 2 minutes ago. Oh no, they got sent some shit token. Damn, I keep on getting fooled by those shit tokens. Okay, they bought like 200 something Bitcoin today, not much. And then Invesco, Unch today, I would say they didn't buy or sell any. It all balanced out. And not Bitwise. What was that last one? Vanek. Vanek still bought some. Vanek is still the one that's still buying up Bitcoin, which means their inflows are going up week after week. And that's just because they took their fees from 0.25 or 0.5% all the way down to 0% until I think April or May 2025. Which is great news for them because hopefully more people will be moving their money in there and they'll be forced to buy more Bitcoin. But as a whole, you still see money slowly flowing into the ETFs. Right now, it's not nearly as exciting as it was just a few weeks ago, which is to be expected because, you know, people are now settling into owning Bitcoin. If you go look at any of this stuff right now, like iBit and whatnot. There you go. You know. You could have bought this around $27, even if you bought the opening day. You're now, you know, up to $39. If you bought opening day, you're up around 40%. If you bought during the dip over here where everything was going crazy, not the bottom, but the day after, I guess, you're up 71%. So again, you're still very happy, but you can see it plateauing a little bit, just like, you know, Bitcoin's plateauing a little bit here. Although the, I really hope one day they can just make ETFs trading 24/7 or something like that, because this is wild how crazy this has been to watch all the gap ups and gap downs as far as Bitcoin moving around the nighttime, you know. Hey mom, do you think Avalanche or Shilling can go pump high? I expect them to be pumping over the next few weeks, that's for sure. I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to give us that signal that everything is good to go and you guys can start buying willy-nilly. For me, I've been doing medium-sized buy-ins here for a larger move, but these aren't things I'm looking to sell for 2 or 3 weeks. And, you know, like I said before, typically when people ask me these types of questions, not you, because I've seen you here a few times, more than a few, but like, let's say I buy over here. Like I told you guys I was starting to buy over here, right? And I told you guys I was waiting for a dip and then I was going to buy even more. I had that dip this morning and I was like, okay, cool, let me buy some more. Well, what typically happens if I buy over here and somebody copies me just because I'm saying I'm doing it, they panic and they sell over here. And so I've just been like, I don't know what to tell most people nowadays. Because like, yes, in a few weeks or a few months from now, I expect assets to be higher. That is true. I'm hoping that we don't have any surprises. I believe we have an inflation data points coming out on Friday. But after that, we're pretty much good to go until April. And that's where things maybe get a little bit more spicy in the market, where you're going to see a lot more volatility, possibly on the negative side, possibly on the positive side. We're just going to have to wait to see what that inflation data is. But on Friday, we have... I didn't type it in properly, but that's okay. There, PCE, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. There we go. And then let me go over here. Okay. It reflects changes in the prices of goods and services purchased by consumers in the United States. Quarterly and annual data are included in the GDP release. All right, so that's going to be important. That comes out this Friday. Now, the weird thing is, crypto is going to be going this Friday. Stock market's closed for Good Friday here, so I don't exactly know why they're announcing it there. But we're going to have that data. I don't even think CNBC is going to be on. I don't think Fox Business or Bloomberg is going to be on the news. So... we're going to see it. Cryptocurrency is going to react to it, but the stock market won't be able to react to it until Monday. So I think, as far as I'm concerned here, I'm going to assume it's not terrible. And then that's another reason why I'm buying right now. Now, that's a big assumption here, but it is important to know that there is going to be some volatility come Friday when this news comes out. I think it usually comes out very early morning, so it'll be like Friday morning. So when you wake up, basically, you're going to see this news coming out. If you guys are from around the world, it might be in the middle of the night, it might be in the middle of the day, kind of depends, but you get the point there. And hey, USA, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. Do I think Doge is hitting $1? Not anytime soon, but yes, I do expect it to hit $1 maybe over the next, during this cycle, yes, I expect it to hit $1. I am going to start selling my Dogecoin kind of between 60 cents and 80 cents as my first big sell-off point there, and then afterwards I'm kind of reevaluate it as needed. But I anticipate selling some of my Dogecoin this year for over $1. Yeah, so I expect it to go to $1, which is another reason I keep on holding it. If you guys recall over the past few weeks, and I keep on beating this dead horse because people keep on asking me about Dogecoin, which I hold for a while. I've been holding for years now. The way I see it is, Dogecoin doesn't necessarily grind like most tokens. Sometimes it does, but the majority of the time it kind of slumbers until all of a sudden it really starts to pop. So it's very hard to try to time Dogecoin because it typically doesn't do exactly what the rest of the market is doing or what the rest of the altcoins are doing. So for me, it's always been better just to hold it and wait, and just wait and wait. And if you buy a Dogecoin, it comes back down, all I do is wait and wait and wait. But that's if you're looking at a long-term cycle. If you're looking for a swing trade and stuff like that, you have to have your stop loss, you have to have your risk management, you have to be thinking a little bit more aware of what's going on. But typically, like even right now, you see what Dogecoin's doing, right? Pumping up. We just hit the new cycle high here. We broke out above it. Now we're consolidating. This is a 50-minute chart. Let's go to the daily chart. You know well that altcoins aren't doing this crazy move over the past week. Go over to Arbitrum. All right. Excess. Some are trying to make those moves, but they're not going up all the way to the highs we saw just a few days ago. So Dogecoin has this way of just doing something by itself. Now, over the past couple years, it wasn't really good that it was doing it by itself, right? Now, all of a sudden, now it's grinding up by itself. Things looking pretty good. I think people are pretty excited about that. But yeah, for me, my strategy for Dogecoin has always been just to hold. Nothing really too much else. But yes, I do think it can hit $1. I would have been surprised if it hit $1 last cycle. This cycle, I think, has the potential, since we're starting off from like 5 cents, 8 cents, and now we're not starting off at like 0.002 or something like that, you know, some really low level. And hey, DZ, happy to see you, my man. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, no worries, Mom. Yeah, those are both good plays right there. I both have my long term. Any Barcelona Street, you sold Doge in 2023. You're not the only one. There are tons of people that sold Dogecoin. Again, what I was telling people back in 2023 is if you really feel like you don't like Dogecoin and you really don't want to hold it, I wasn't saying you guys had to. I just said sell it, take the tax loss if you want to and just move it over to another fund. You'll be fine with that too. If it really is like a personal preference with a lot of these tokens right now because a lot of them are just going to be going up. But you might have a feeling that, hey, this thing is gaining more traction. It has a lower market cap. Maybe I want to sell my Dogecoin, which is still not doing well. Because remember, it was flat for the longest time. It can always be that type of stuff. So I completely understand it. I'm hoping you're able to put it into something else that allowed the money to be working for you, though. And it can bonk. I honestly have no idea because if you go back over here to the weekly chart, it's so fresh, so new, so to speak. Right now, at the end of this cycle here, I really can't tell you. It's all going to be about where Bitcoin is at the time. For this next cycle to however high it wants to go, I could definitely see it going up here to what, 99, 289, or all the way up here basically to 26,975. I don't see it getting to a penny or anything like that, but I still think it has potential. Like even going up here to price target, that's 288%. Up here is 905%. It can still make that larger move, but after that, I don't know. I don't know if it's going all the way up here because of the market cap issues that's going to run into. Because it is a higher market cap as of now. What is it at currently? Actually, it's at 1.6 billion, 1.7 billion. And when you compare that to some of the meme tokens, it's close to the top of the list. Yeah, right. It's number 66 on CoinMarketCap.com. WIF is up here. Pepe is up here. Shiba and Dogecoin. I own it. I'm hoping it goes higher, but I'm also adding in some of the other stuff like, well, if I can find MOG, I'll go do MOG. Brett, I don't know about Brett. Miro and Milady token are my low market coins right now. Those on Mars, I have some money in here, but it has not been performing as much as I want to, so I can't really say it's been doing great. And then you might have Grok in here as well. People have been talking about it a lot. I don't own any, but I've been hearing a lot about it on X, so that might be something. Everything else in here, I think I've only really heard people talking about Turbo quite a bit, and maybe a little bit about Volt Inu, but I think that's it. Nothing else over here is something I've heard about. I have heard a little bit about Catgirl, but I'm not entirely sure if those are bots or not, so that could also be something there. But yeah, when you get over here, the market cap's like 20 million, 15 million, 30 million, so much more risky and a much harder chance of finding them on exchanges and whatnot, right? And hey, Kelly, thank you very much for the super chat. Please let me know if you have any questions as well. What country would be good to move to as a crypto trader? I'm moving to Panama to make it easier for myself. I realize that I just want to have options to as many exchanges as I want to, plus grow my YouTube business here. So I'm looking at Panama, but I would just, honestly, I would ask ChatGPT because I feel like most countries don't necessarily care as much. The USA is really trying to protect citizens from scams and fraud and stuff like that. They just don't know enough about cryptocurrency in order to enforce laws about them. And so they're doing it in a very weird way. So, we'll have to see how it kind of works out here. Anthony, yeah, if Bitcoin starts to pump, I would anticipate Dogecoin to be pumping up here as well. At this point in time, Dogecoin's running up against the level of resistance. I'd probably say it should break out here over the next few days to go even higher, as long as Bitcoin's still making a decent move. I would say as long as Bitcoin's not falling off a cliff, I would expect Dogecoin to continue to try to grind on here. But if it decides to fall back down and consolidate, I won't be mad. It was a good night from last night. The pre-sale for Shiba Inu sold out less than 24 hours. Very good start, and I'm up 35% already. Oh, nice. Let's see. Dubai is a good place. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Dubai as far as crypto, but I haven't even been to Dubai before. Open a contract on Doge. It all depends on how you want to do it. You can open up a short or a long or whatever on Dogecoin. But like again, Dogecoin's already pumping right now. It would have been a lot easier to buy it when it was falling. That way you can kind of play the return on it. But you could. It just depends on how you want to trade it. Like remember, guys, if you guys ask me a question like that, I have no idea how you guys trade. I have no idea if you guys want to go long or short or whatever. No idea whatsoever. The Coinbase issue will affect the crypto price. You look very confident that price will go higher with all these issues. Well, yeah, we went up. We had all these issues for the last few months, and the price has still gone up. But Coinbases have been having issues for months. That's the sucky thing about streaming all the time. You know everything bad going on in the market. Yeah, I mean, the last 90 days, Bitcoin still found a way to go up 63%. Ethereum still found a way to go up 50%. BNB still up 80%. Solana still up 83%. Dogecoin still up 120%. AVAX is up 36%. ADA is only up 6% last 90 days, so that's not too good. Shiba Inu is up 190%. Toncoin's up 121%. Polkadot's only up 12%. Chainlink is up 21%. Bitcoin Cash is up 100%. Tron is up 13%. Matic is up only 2%, which kind of sucks. Internet Computer is up 85%. So, you know, they've still been finding ways to move. It's just that sometimes when we do go parabolic or we are having a large move down, yeah, Coinbase has issues. Remember, we have that page already. Coinbase down, I think that's what it's called. No, Coinbase. I'm thinking of the down detector, but it's not the down detector. It's like, oh, Coinbase status, excuse me. And you can see right below it, actually, Coinbase down detector. You know, we'll come over here and we'll pretty much just scroll through everything and see what's going on. And, you know, every time they have an issue, you can see their past incidents. I want you guys can kind of see it here. I know it's a little bit difficult, but yeah. 21, 20, 19, March 18th, and so forth. You can keep on going down here. You go down to incident history, and you can go from January 2024 to March 2024, right? You can go through all of it, and you can see everything, even back to 2023 if you wanted to. Yeah, you could see it all, right? You can see it all, the good and the bad, mostly bad because it's incidents, right? But yeah, the market still found a way to do fine. With the AI news, what do you think Fetch is going to do? I would anticipate over the next few weeks that we're going to see things going higher. But when you take a peek at the actual technicals of things like Fetch AI, right? They've already kind of moved up a little bit faster than Bitcoin. Let's get rid of this very fast. All right, and they're going up much, much higher. Kind of see the scheme of things here. I would anticipate the general trend is going to be going that way. I don't think, I mean, maybe if we're lucky, we'll have another big pump here, but we do have a little bit more market cap here, so it's going to take a little more effort to push it up. So I would still say over time we're going up, but I don't think the AI news is necessarily going to pump it up unless there's something that's released that's everybody's been waiting for, like, you know, Sora. Maybe when Sora AI comes out, maybe that'll be a release or something like that. That may be kind of interesting. You know, I've been looking at NMR. This one hasn't been up as much. What was the other one we had? PHA. This one's been moving fine. World token is still kind of going sideways right now, so not looking the most optimistic here. Maybe we'll see it go higher, but this thing is, you know, again, that over here. Yeah. You know, since the last pump we had, this one is up what? Went up 459%. Now it's up only 277%. I'm okay with that. Some of these things may need to cool off a little bit. RLC still moving up quite a bit. Ocean, we just talked about that a few minutes ago because we've been buying into that one. And then RNDR over here, the much larger market, still going fine. But don't be surprised if certain sectors cool off a little bit more. I think right now for today, though, sectors. Let me refresh this to make sure it's actually working. Sectors. I always forget if this has to update or not. Well, let's hope this is the right information. But AI is up around 1.84% today. Anything else up? E-commerce is up 2.5%. Meme is up 3.31%. Real estate is up 13%. What is real estate here? Propy is up 46% in the last 24 hours. See. You got some other things in here, but there are some movers, and Propy only has a $244 million market cap, so much smaller. It looks like a lot of other stuff is down here. That's probably just because of the high we experienced a few minutes ago, or not. I'm not entirely sure. I would update a little bit more, so some of these things are still a little bit off. Any but am I looking at LTC in? Yes, I can. Grayscale LiteCoin Trust. All right, here's the monthly chart. Hasn't been moving up too much over the past few years, but I still like where it's at. You know, just because LiteCoin's been going sideways overall. The weekly charts, it's still going higher here. I wonder why. Is LiteCoin been doing fine itself? Unfortunately for me, I don't really pay attention to LiteCoin all too much. So there you go. Ah, that's interesting. So it hasn't been moving up as much as, oh, it's been moving up more than LiteCoin, excuse me, more than LiteCoin. I don't know why though. Are people just buying into this, anticipating something of a larger move? I wonder. There's oh, it's not on Finviz. Or that LTCN. LTCN. Yeah. Wonder why I can't find it there. Okay, well let's. Oh, that's not what I'm looking. That's a link to my channel. Yo, I don't know why it's up quite a bit. I might do some day trading on them for fun if that's what you're looking for. But you know, it's probably going to continue going up till it doesn't. So just make sure you have a stop loss somewhere in there. I know you could always trade this after hours, I would assume. Or is there trading after hours? There's not much occurring. It looks like maybe only a few trades in the after hours. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Why is it only right there? This is weird. But yeah, it might be kind of fun to day trade, but I'd be careful. This is moving up faster than LiteCoin. And so if LiteCoin takes a dump, you know this is going to move down quite a bit more. But I'm not entirely sure why it's going up right here. But as far as how everything's going, everything's, you know, breakout structure right there. On top of that, you had all the bullish momentum going your way on the daily charts. The weekly chart's been bullish for about a month or so, a little over a month, it looks like. 4-hour chart's still good. The 2-hour slowing down a tad, the 1-hour slowing down a tad, and the 15 minutes is slowing down a little bit more as here as you can see. But overall, it still seems like something you might just want to buy and hold on to for a little bit of time, but I just don't know why it's going up without LiteCoin, the underlying asset, going up as well here. To trusted premiums. Yeah, I mean, it still seems like people are trading it, so might as well try to hop in and have some fun, but you know, just have your stop loss there to protect yourself. Usually they try to follow the underlying asset, but I'm not entirely sure why this one isn't. There we go right here. And hey, C. Harris, thank you very much. If you guys can, please make sure to hit that like. I'm hopefully get up to like 100 likes or something like that. But overall, guys, things are still working out pretty well. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you, my man. All right, so let me go back over here very quickly. What's actually moving up over the last 24 hours? Last hour. Not really much. It doesn't matter. Dogecoin is really the thing moving up the most here. Last 24 hours, you assume NMT up, Bitcoin Cash up, Dogecoin up. SUI, AXL, ARC, AJAX is up 5% or so. Same with Fetch. That's not bad. Not terrible. What's going down today? Beam, KuCoin. These ones have moved well. KuCoin's token has not been doing well. It's down 20% this week. You know, Internet Computer's at 54% this week. MNT's at 40. Dogecoin's up 30. You know, some of these tokens have really been taking a hit this week, unfortunately. Yeah, they just keep on bleeding out here. So we're seeing this weird thing where some altcoins are doing perfectly fine, still going up higher, while Bitcoin's consolidating after having a reversal. You see other altcoins just kind of bleeding out here slowly. So I wonder if people are just moving away from some of the altcoins they had some fun with, and maybe they're moving over to other altcoins like, you know, the AI tokens or the metaverse tokens or the meme tokens and such. But even within those, people are selling off of some meme tokens and buying other meme tokens. Publics are just chasing the next big rally here. And hey, Saul, how much Shiba would I buy? For me, I would only do a small position on that one, maybe like a $200 to $500 worth with a 2x leverage and see where it goes over the next few weeks. But you know, if you're not doing leverage or something like that, I'd probably just stick to a smaller amount just to hold and do some dollar cost averaging afterwards. I don't hold too much Shiba. I think I only own like a couple $1,000s worth of it, and it's already up and it's already profitable right now because again, one of the reasons I bought Shiba a while ago now, not anytime recent, is because it came all the way back down to the levels we saw in 2021. Way back over, I was like, okay, well, I can start buying around here. And that's what I did. Now, it kept on going down. So there was a point in time, I think I was in like 30% or something like that, even more. Like you imagine me buying over here during this dip and you see what happens there. Yeah, down like 40%. Ugh. And now, of course, it's come back up quite a bit. Now it looks like it wants to consolidate and move higher. That's fine. But yeah, for me, I don't know how much more I want to buy of this thing. I guess if you're loading up on it now, you're basically just waiting for this larger breakout to happen sometime later on this year, whenever it does. And then from there, again, there'll be one more large move, and we'll see if it decides to die back down. But this thing moved up so fast. In a period of 8 days, it ran up 374%. And this is a large market cap token. It's not something that's like a small meme token or something like that. Then it proceeded to come crashing back down for a little bit of time before it eventually managed to bounce off of support over here. You know, but just a simple dollar cost average, nothing too crazy here. We really have to see what's happening next with Bitcoin. So if I were to take this out here very quickly, I probably actually just want to have a shorter trend line on here as well. Let me. There you go. Just for next time, I don't want to extend the red line. We still have to wait and see what happens next. Now, we held support right here, but typically when we see these patterns break out, they go high, they go low, then they consolidate for a little bit more, and then they break out. If for whatever reason Bitcoin comes back down here and breaks down, that's where we have problems. Right now, we're looking fine. You know, we're not even close to this trend line here. But we still have to wait and see what happens next. I'm buying around here right now because I hope that we can move up higher over the next few days and eventually have that larger move. This is a 4-hour chart. So this is, you know, this is a Saturday. This is over here on Monday. So Monday, April 1st. We might as well actually continue going sideways for a while, dip down probably Monday 1st, April, and then have a breakout come, you know, April 2nd or 3rd or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I'm buying right now because I'm hoping that we break out here down the road. But the way we get there, it's going to be kind of hard. Because, oops, back over here. Of course, the weekly chart. Oh, let me go over here to give you a blank chart so I don't have to keep on doing all this cluster type stuff. There you are. There we go. So you see Bitcoin's weekly chart. Everything's positive, positive, negative. We'll see what happens next. Daily chart, negative, positive, positive. I'm kind of waiting for this MACD just to finally turn green and I'll get a little bit more excited. We're not there yet, but we might be there by the end of today or tomorrow as long as we continue to go sideways or up. If we go down today and we start breaking back down below that 20-day moving average and things get kind of ugly as we might come all the way back down here to maybe like $67,000 or something on a bad side of today, you know, then I start getting worried again about, okay, what happens if we break down? What happens if we have a death cross here? What happens and what happens and what happens? You know, a whole bunch of stuff happens, which is why I'm dollar cost averaging into the swing trade, so I'm not opening myself up to too much risk here in case it doesn't go my way. But I'm hoping again that we have that larger move right there over the next few days, and that'll take us a little bit higher. Things get a little bit nicer, and then we don't have to necessarily worry as much. You know, until after we break out, go high, then we consolidate, then we fall off a cliff again or something like that. We don't have to worry about that. But back over here, on the bearish side of all this, you can see the dollar index is. Where's the trend line at? There it is. So if I go back to the 15, can I find the trend? Oh, there it is now. All of a sudden, there you go. You can see we're like slowly breaking out of this larger trend line here that's been consolidating since 2022. Dear Lord. I think there's like thunder outside or something, but there's like a shit ton of rain and it just sounds horrible. I don't think you guys can hear it, but it sounds rough. But again, you can see on the monthly chart, it looks like we're fine. We actually put the magnets on here, So I'm kind of happy about that. But if you go over here to the daily chart or the weekly, this is the weekly chart, you can see how we're trying to break out here. The daily chart, we're trying to break out above it. That's kind of the stuff that concerns me about Bitcoin right now, but that's still fine. Yeah, there's some big thuds going on outside. I hope it's not bad. But yeah, so that has me a little bit more concerned. I would say the biggest thing for this week is basically just going to be what happens with inflation data. Because and that's only because everything hasn't aligned the way I wanted to yet. Remember, guys, typically I don't really buy until I see everything be green, green, green. And usually people might get people might get really sad, or not sad, but like irritated if Bitcoin breaks down, forms a new or a larger higher low. Then we have this trend line working out for us, and we're kind of consolidating for a longer period of time before making that larger move. A whole bunch of stuff can happen before we actually have that larger move here. So this is why I have to wait for weeks and weeks, if not months, for those those moves to really make me some money. And hey, Walkie, thoughts on Carbiffy CBY? Uniswap Ethereum here? What's this warning sign about? No real-time data. Okay, so there's an issue with it a little bit here. So over the last few weeks, it seems to be going higher here, so it still seems to be worth holding if you're holding. If you're looking to buy into it, this data is not really giving me the best of pictures here. But it looks like momentum is definitely taking off. Let me try to find out if I can find on coinmarketcap.com, CBY. The market cap is only $28 million, so definitely very, very small here. Can I find it over on might give me a little bit more of a cleaner chart. No, it's not giving me a cleaner chart at all. Okay, we'll go back over here to no, yeah, let's look at that here. Daily chart. I wouldn't necessarily be trying to buy this right now unless you're trying to just catch the momentum. You're able to get in and out at a reasonable time. But if you were able to buy this a couple weeks ago, I definitely would be in scale out mode right now, not buy mode. Typically, when you see charts like this, they don't necessarily honor Fibonacci's and stuff like that, but we can give it a shot here to see if it did, just in case. And let's extend this out a little bit more. No. It's not really on the Fibonacci levels here. So I think it's just because of the way, it's such a low market cap, and it's just the way it's getting bought up. But if you have some of this, you're probably just going to want to hold until it starts to slip. And maybe on something of a larger dip, you may try to scale out. I don't even think you have to like sell everything at this point. You just want to be scaling out slowly here and seeing what happens next. You could always leave a portion of it in there for the long term, but I don't know if you're necessarily doing day trades or swing trades on this one. Definitely seems to be in a good scale out moment if you're doing a swing trade. If you're a long-term investor, you'd probably want to wait for something more of a dip to get a better price in here. But it continues to go up week after week, which is going to be a good sign for it coming up over the next few days here for sure. Well, it's only up 24, it's up 9% in the last 24 hours. It's still looking pretty good here. All right, there we go. And why does this keep on feeling off? Am I on the wrong chart? I am. There you are. No, even this one. I got rid of something I wasn't supposed to on accident. That's my bad. There you are. I just want to have that support in here because we're still waiting for an opportunity to see if Bitcoin can really break out here or not. It tried to earlier, got smacked back down, which isn't the best sign, but we'll see. A lot of times when we get smacked down, we just took a couple of bites at it. Again, smacked down, and then the buyers came roaring back in here to see if they can make a higher move. Hey, John, I expect Ethereum classes to go up over time, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to go parabolic again. I know certain exchanges, it was messing up. So, so some exchanges had it as like $300 to $400 more expensive than other exchanges. I think you're most likely going to be able to make your money back, but I don't see much crazy profit after that type of move, right? Has Gala been doing anything since we last talked about it? No, Gala hasn't made any big moves here since we last talked about it here. It's been breaking out. It still has an uptrend here. You're still just waiting to see what happens next as far as this uptrend. Let me just move right over here. Let's get rid of the magnet. Yeah, something like that. You're waiting to see if it's going to have an opportunity to break it right now, but right now it's just still in that consolidation where it might even break down below the 20 here, come back down a little bit. But ultimately, you're waiting sometime around the next couple weeks for it to have a larger breakout, try to go back up to the cycle highs, then from there, of course, try to go higher. Don't be surprised if this ends up being another triangle, though, way up here. And then you're looking at something larger like this, where we just started the consolidation of waiting for that larger move. Because technically, if we start moving up over here, this volatility, this zone over here, is basically where we have inflation data coming out for 2 days in a row, which is going to be very, very important. And then a few days after that, we have the halving. So this whole area is just going to be a complete cluster of volatility and optimistic. But, you know, be careful if you're going to be trying to trade into this. I'm basically like my method right now is just to be slowly buying up positions to sell for that next big pop here. There you go. Hoping that Bitcoin can try to have this move here pretty soon, though. Right now, we're just on a very steady uptrend here, and I'm hoping we can try to figure out a way to at least go up. Dogecoin is number 3 crypto if we move the stable coins. Yeah, it's been moving up. What just got knocked down? I think it was ADA got knocked down below it a couple days ago. Yeah, ADA right here. Remove that one. Remove Tether. Well, we would have Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, XRP, then Dogecoin here. Yeah, so this would be a few more ahead of it, but still, it's been moving up pretty well. When will I start selling Doge? Probably about 60 to 80 cents, but I'm hoping to sell the majority of it above $1. Hoping. Shiba and Pepe are good ones right now. I'm probably more excited about what Shiba can do over the next few days. I'm hoping it can have a nice little pop. Pepe has been something I just want to hold for a while. I remember Babyfish, Robert Dean, Lollipop, Tim the Crypto Man, John Wynn, Tickerfish, and other many others. Oh, there you go. Yeah, those are OGs. Oh my God, those people have been. Babyfish comes in every now and again. I haven't seen Robert in a while. I have to talk to Secret Fish here. I message him on Discord all the time. There you go. Oh, Kilo. Oh yeah, Kilo's another one. Yeah, he hangs out a lot in the the Dogecoin 24-hour stream. So let me go over here very fast. Dogecoin's cooled off a little bit after kind of making that new cycle high here, which is fine. You saw some people take profits. Whiff, still doing not much here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, Whiff broke out here, and if you bought the breakout, you're pretty happy with it. And I'm guessing it ran into a little bit of resistance right there. And on top of that, I think there's a Fibonacci level here we were talking about. Oh, that was right there. So it actually managed to break out above that one. So I guess the next one would be right there. Tick, tick, tack. Yeah, a little bit. Still moving up in the right direction, though. It's interesting to see how many tokens are doing okay and how many are not. Again, this is Whiff right now. If you go over here to ADA, it hasn't had that big move back up yet. Dogecoin's had the move. Amp's been doing sideways. Amp had a big move over here, though. Ape token's not really doing anything huge. Arbitrum's still sideways. AXS is still sideways. Although it's trying to make a move up here, right? BNB is doing okay. XRP. Bitcoin Cash has been able to break out and go to new cycle highs here, which has been very, very nice. You're definitely seeing a mixed return to the market here. So I'm guessing for those people that are diversified, they're probably okay. If somebody wasn't diversified, they might be either feeling very, very good or very, very bad right now. Somebody asked about the Book of Meme. Book of Meme is still going sideways. It hasn't been doing anything for a couple weeks here. I mean, it's been like nothing. Let's go to the 4-hour chart to show you a little bit more. There you go. It's been doing nothing. Nothing. Basically, all you're doing right now is just kind of buying some here for loading up for the next big rally. But at the end of the day, you don't know exactly when that's going to happen because you could technically try to look at some of these breakouts right here. Right? And this might be the breakout that I try to buy. But it already had a few breakouts, and they really didn't do much here. There you go. See that breakout right there? Actually, this wasn't even a breakout because of the way the trend lines are working. This one I would actually have to have the extended line. Yeah. Probably one of the saddest breakouts I've ever seen. Here was a breakout if you turn log off, and that was also a very sad breakout. So the breakouts here haven't been that good, but the momentum has been pretty lackluster. You can see over here on the 4-hour chart, bearish, bearish, bearish. It's just now turning bullish, so maybe you might want to be trying to buy this dip and hoping for a larger move for the breakout. The daily chart here is non-existent because we don't have enough data. 2-hour chart's just turning bullish. The 1-hour chart has been bullish for a few hours here, just about 3-4. So yeah, right about there, it turned bullish on everything. But that wouldn't have been enough for to buy. 15 minutes, or okay, it's fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine. So you're seeing momentum finally start to shift around to that one, but you're probably waiting for that breakout to occur before you go crazy. But even right now, it might even be worth it to take a little bit of a dip in there. Because there's going to be a big move here as bears try to short us down one more level. Either we're going to have a larger dip, or this is as far as the bulls will let us go. Then we're going to try to break out, consolidate for a while, then just, of course, go higher here. And hey, verified trader, happy to see you back, man. What would it take for the Doge to go parabolic? Like, for what can I take feel no one predicted in 2021? Doge won't go parabolic like it did back in 2021. The market cap is going to be too extreme for that. What you're hoping for right now for Dogecoin is, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent returns and profit. But I don't think you're going to get like thousands and thousands and thousands of percent profit like you did back in 2021, because it just takes up so much more capital. Also, right now, I mean, when it was 2021, we were also talking about how many new altcoins and meme tokens were out there. Now there's even more, so people have more things to buy into, and the more people typically learn about market caps and how the lower market cap tokens can go up faster and higher than the lower market cap tokens, you're typically going to see people try to move some of their capital into that instead of Dogecoin. So it's not as attractive as it once was. So that's going to be the downside of it. Also, like, as somebody that held Dogecoin, I don't think of myself at all as somebody that's very, very, like, I wasn't very, very smart by putting money in Dogecoin that made me money in the long run. I think of myself as somebody who got very, very, very lucky, which is why I still go out and I buy a lot of different tokens out here every now and again, just to kind of see if maybe I will get lucky on them. But, it's hard to pick that next big one. And we haven't really had something yet that's really taken my eye. It says, oh, wow, this is definitely going to be the next big thing. You just never know. It's going to be luck. It's going to be a surprise. What's the other one? I think people have been buying a lot into Book of Meme or Whiff token, but Whiff token's already gone up a lot. So even if you buy now, you're not going to be making that huge, huge, massive profit. Like when I bought Dogecoin, the market cap was like, what, $300 to $400 million? Right now, Dogecoin's market cap is at $28 billion. So, it's going to be much harder for $28 billion to turn into $100 billion and so forth. It's going to be much easier for some token to go from 500 million to like 10 billion. It's going to be much easier for that to happen. And so I have zero faith in BOME, and who agreed with you there? Dovey? Oh no, who is it? Oh, B-Way. There you go. Hey, B-Way, happy to see you. Yeah, BOME, I don't know. I bought some of it at a discount. I'm gonna hold on to it and see where it goes, but it's something that came out of nowhere, got people's attention, then it kind of just died off, and then it's been going sideways ever since. I bought on the crash to see what'll happen, and technically I'm up right now, but I didn't put too much money in there. I'm hoping it does well though. I know a lot of people bought into that thing, but man, so many people bought before it crashed, and they didn't have stop losses, and they didn't know what they were doing. So it was really, really rough. Those stop losses can really help you when you're doing stuff like BOME. Or even just having a mental stop loss is good as well, because I know some people trade with spot, so that can mess with people if they don't have access to it. Let's see. Xian's doing fine in the long run, I would say. But people saying back in 2022, Solana has a big market cap and will never have 1,000% pump. But Solana now has it pumped almost 3,000% from the bottom with way bigger market cap from Doge. So what happened with Solana was it tanked so much because it was part of a larger fiasco with the company, the Luna tokens, I guess now, and Dogecoin and all the fraud that was going over there. So what you saw happen is, let me go over to Solana's market cap. So you saw Solana come crashing down all the way back down to the levels that were back over here in 2021, right? June 2021 over here, you saw it come crashing down all the way back down, actually all the way over here to March of 2021, okay? So the market cap fell all the way back down to $5 billion market cap, $5 billion. You go over here to something like a Dogecoin. Right, Dogecoin really fell back down to like a $10 billion market cap. That's like over half, right? Half the market cap. It really met by percentage increase. It drastically affects how much higher it's going to go. Now, it did try to go a little bit better, right? But again, it still kind of fell back into that actually, this one it fell down a little bit differently. It fell back down. Oh, it's similar to the March or something like that. Yeah, back to the March, something close to that one. But yeah, and plus, I don't know how much more of Solana they're making. I know they've been printing lots and lots of Dogecoins out too. So that inflationary aspect of Dogecoin is also going to cause a little bit of an impact there as well. But I don't know. Is Solana inflationary? I don't know that. But an easy way, if you wanted to check it out, is, let's go over here. Let's go over to Solana. If I can find it. It should be pretty, yeah, there. It should be close to the top. Let's go to the bottom. Like 2,500% or something like that, right? That's not bad. It can definitely go higher from there. Dogecoin. See how it didn't come close to those levels over there? I think it's just because of how crazy Dogecoin was in itself. Yeah, it's only up 320%. If it goes back up to all-time highs, that's good. That's 1,400%. That's fantastic. That's great. But you're really going to have to be the guy that bought it down very, very low. If you're buying it right now, you're not making thousands of percent. You're going to be making let's double check. I don't think you are. If you bought it right now and you went up here, you're making 273%. Where would you get to thousands? If it went to like 269 or something like that, you break in. Well, let's go 223. That's when you go into thousands of percent. But I don't. It might be able to if it starts to go parabolic, but I don't know if it is. I mean, so far on the monthly chart, it looks fine. We don't pay attention to the monthly charts all too much here. There we go. Back to the 5. Double tap. Wait. Why do I have Bollinger Bands on here? Oh, that's not a Bollinger Band. That's a Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's not a Bollinger Band at all. That's an anchored VWAP. That's what it's called. Yeah, Shiba and Pepe can definitely go up again. Let me see right here. Jasmine token's doing fine. Okay, I'm just gonna hide that. Okay. And hey, Selena, happy to see you very fast. Oh, it's happy to see you, excuse me. Smoking on some runts. Ooh, that sounds good. What do you call, actually, I went to the, what did I do? I haven't smoked in the last couple of days, mostly because I went up to Seattle yesterday and I've been too tired today. Last night I was going to stream, but I just went to bed and I thought I was going to take a nap and I just didn't wake up to the, the morning time here. Spell token. Weekly chart probably should be the best for this one right now. Alright, so spell token, let's get rid of the Fibonacci level. Spell token's been kind of going sideways for the longest time. Let me open up log here to show you a little bit better view. There we are. Pretty much been doing a whole bunch of nothing. I finally managed to pump up, but the pump up was pretty large. And I think you're seeing a pretty decent pullback. It ran up around 313%. Since then, it's come back down around 38%. It might have to come back down a little bit more. Let's go over here to the daily chart. You're seeing how it's getting squeezed in between the 20 and the 50-day moving average. I'm hoping here, there you go, that we can consolidate a little bit more and then have that breakout and then do something of a larger move there. But at this point in time, we just don't know if it's actually going to manage to hold or not. So this pretty much isn't the best opportunity to buy here, unless you're looking at Bitcoin having a breakout and kind of dragging this along. That's really the case to buy a lot of these altcoins right now. But if you see this come down over the next week or so, and we do end up breaking down here and it starts to consolidate, I would probably buy that dip because you see the support's still relatively close by. And then from there, hope it rallies up and then has that breakout here. Because again, I'll be more vocal about this, but the next few weeks are going to be insane as far as volatility because of what we have to deal with when it comes to inflation data coming out April 10th. What is it? CPI comes out the 10th. PPI comes out the 11th, and then I think it's a little bit longer that we have to wait for the PCE. But the PCE comes out tomorrow. No, it comes out Friday for us. So that would mean it's coming out on the 29th. It would still be a long time before the PCE comes out again. So right now we're just hoping for this kind of dip and rip effect to come out with Bitcoin today. I'm hoping it can, because that means the bullish effect is still in there. I really want to see the MACD go bullish here. We've been going more bullish, yeah, but I want to see that crossover that brings us back into the green territory here. Once we're in the green, things usually end up working out in our favor here when everything's kind of aligned. I would say the MACD and the RSI are probably the most important things here. The stochastic is the least important, but still valuable as long as it goes along with everything else. There you go. You okay, boy? Yep. Sorry, my dog's having a nightmare on my feet. I want to make sure he's okay. There you are. Yeah, but ultimately, that's the big thing here for today. We just want to hold on and try to have that reversal here. And so far, we've managed to hold after a pretty big smackdown. But afterwards, we'll have a clear indication after tonight. And hey, friends, so happy to have you back, man. And hey, Kelly, both in Washington. I love Washington. Yeah, I like being out here. Hey, Polly, smoke. Someone say smoke. Okay, puff, puff. What do you got? I know. What is it? I smoked that good cigar the other day. That which one was it? The Man. I have the wrapper still here. I need to ash my thing out. But I didn't know it was an expensive cigar, so I probably shouldn't have smoked it. But you know what? I know I like it now. I need to buy some more. I'm going to be buying some. I got a pack of My Father's coming my way here pretty soon. I might smoke some of those. I'm probably going to take a couple days off of smoking until Friday, and then I'll be streaming with all of you guys because I don't think I'm doing anything for Good Friday. I might hit up the cigar lounge on Good Friday at night, but you know 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I'll stream with you guys for a couple hours because I plan on doing 2 streams that day as well, so should be fine. There you go. Will Doge fall into 0.06 in the short term before it goes to high? I mean, it's already back above 20 cents right now. In order for that to happen, you're going to have to wait for Dogecoin to break down here. Then perhaps. But even with that, it might only fall back down to 17 cents. So it's not too likely unless Bitcoin takes a dump here over the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you see Bitcoin start to come back down and break down below the support level here, maybe Bitcoin wants to bounce off of the 50-day moving average, then move higher and have that breakout that we were talking about. That might be your shot, but I don't know if Dogecoin's going to fall down that much because that'd be a pretty hefty breakdown for Dogecoin. Just when everything is starting to get a little more bullish, that'd be a breakdown of like, how much would that be? Yeah, that would have to fall down 20%, which is kind of crazy there. So I might say most likely not, but again, you have a couple days to kind of see if Bitcoin's going to give you the opportunity here. But if Bitcoin does start to break, you know, that might be the opportune time there to buy a Dogecoin. There we are. Dogecoin's Bitcoin's chart just looks like such a mess right now. BOME is still trying to make a recovery today. Not much happening. I mean, WIF is up a little bit today, but not really much. Everything is pretty much sideways over the last few hours, except for Dogecoin. Doge on Mars is trying to come up a little bit since the day started, but you can see it's pretty much not had a good past few days. Had a ramp up, and it just came crashing back down here. Wasn't able to hold any support levels. Everything else, yeah, besides Dogecoin, everything else is pretty much mild for today. Solana more mild, ADA more mild here. File token, Ethereum Classic more mild. Yeah, not bad necessarily, just, you know, everything seems to be kind of quiet at this point. And I'm wondering if that's just because we have the inflation data coming out pretty soon. But I would anticipate something of a large move happening over the next, again, like 5 hours. Probably overnight, I would say. And hey, Kira, I appreciate that a lot. Let me know if you have any questions as well. Hey, no worries, Ollie. And hey, IP Nerd, hope you're doing well. And hey, Paula, good marijuana? Oh, no, no. Smoking marijuana. I haven't smoked marijuana in a few months here. But I do enjoy it when I can. It's usually something that puts me to bed, not something I smoke when I go out. But I'm just big on cigars. Spending way too much money on cigars, though. I'm thinking of buying some more, but I might put myself into a cigar freeze here where I don't buy anymore. I've been pumping out lots of money to buy cigars here, and I have a big collection. I just need to smoke those first. There you are. And hey, Allison, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Let me see if I can find this right now. Because right now, our positions, they're pretty mixed right now. We're up around like $70 or something like that. We were down a couple $100 last week, so things are moving in the right direction. But it seems like Ethereum right now is my biggest loser. Then there's Big Time. And those are only the real big losers. Everything else is kind of like unch a little bit. So hopefully if Ethereum is able to make a large move here pretty soon, my portfolio can get a little bit healthier. Let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah, Ethereum broke down on this smaller trend line right here. And it's not the biggest thing, but you see where Bitcoin was able to hold, Ethereum was not. Even after the golden cross here. But this would mean that we're probably going to have to look at something of a... Again, another higher low scenario before we try to break out again. Let me readjust this now, since we already broke down. There's no reason having that. Because we weren't able to break out above this here. I don't know if I can have this there. There we are. Yeah. So until Ethereum really breaks it above 3,678, we're still going to be in a pickle as far as this is concerned. So we haven't found... Well, it looks like we're probably going to have another bottom here pretty soon, where we might come back down here to 3,428 or so. There we go. And hey, your boy, appreciate it. How's oil looking? Oh, oil's been going up. I don't have anything to drink except for some... let me see. Oh my god, that tea is so strong. Oh my god, it's disgusting. I had some tea about an hour ago, but the last little bit was like the stuff that was really heavily steeped. And it's like pure chai tea. The essence of chai. Oil's going up. I wonder how my oil plays are doing so far. Exxon. Oh, okay. We're still seeing some good moves for the oil companies. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but oil prices have started to go back up. So gas prices are going back up. PXD still moving right now. Oxy still moving right now a little bit here. What's going on with NVIDIA? NVIDIA is stagnating a tad bit here. I'm going to put Bitcoin back on the 5-minute chart here, but what I do want to see... gas prices. How have gas prices been going across the country? This will have a big impact on inflation coming up here pretty soon over the next few months. Oh, 447. Washington, we're just... West Coast is in red. Down here, I want $3 gas. I would love that. Oh, yeah, $3 gas would be great. So, yeah, a month ago, gas was $3.27. Now it's at $3.53, so gas is getting more expensive here. My ad block has been updated. Oh, I don't care about that. There you go. So, yeah, it's going up a little bit more here. Definitely going up. Oh, we're even more expensive than this time last year. That's interesting. Let's go over here to Washington. Do I have to push something? Oh, that was. Oh, yeah. Washington's much more expensive than the national average, that's for sure. But yeah, a month ago, gas in Washington was at $4.04. Right now, it's $4.47. So you can definitely see things getting more expensive for us out here. That's a pretty big increase too. Yeah, I'm not happy with inflation here. I'm really hoping that inflation somehow looks bad or looks really really good, just so we can keep the rally going on, because that might postpone it a little bit. Because when's the halving? Yeah, the halving is 24 days from now. 24 days, 3 hours, 4 minutes, and like 20 seconds. So we're getting there, but we really need to see some good moves. And then, Michael, I don't personally invest in Bitcoin miners. I've just never liked the returns on them. I've always just rather invested in cryptocurrency itself. When it comes to miners, I always think of them as something more to day trade or swing trade, and not necessarily try to buy. Like typically, probably options on those would be a little bit more profitable than just trying to play them out. Just like if I go over here to oh, I don't know, largest Bitcoin mining companies. All right, Marathon, CleanSpark, Phoenix, or Riot Blockchain. Let's go to Mara here. All right, we've seen the breakouts working out. We haven't talked about this. Looks like since May of 2023. But you can see it just hasn't really been productive as far as long-term holds. You know, when it's crashing and burning, that can be something to be fun with, you know, but typically for me, I just don't see them as the best vehicles to invest. I typically would rather just invest in Bitcoin. With Mara right now, I mean, again, I'm not saying it's not going to go up. I anticipate it's going to be going up along with Bitcoin here, but you know, the low of 2020 to the high, it went up like 26,000%. It'll be fine. You'll make your money from there if it continues going up. Let's say it just goes back up to maybe $100, which is reasonable up here, right? That's 384%. That's still going to give you really good returns. But just for long-term holding, I've just never felt like investing, like, you know, large amounts of capital and holding on to it for a long period of time. I've been more of the guy where how do you say I hate saying but you know, I find more profit when I invest in other cryptocurrencies rather than Bitcoin. I guess that's probably the better way to say it. But if you have any questions on them, I can probably help out. I do the fundamentals every now and again for Can, I think it is. $2.69. It's $3.29. Oh, that's crazy. 3.33 in Atlanta. Yeah, that's wild, guys. I hate paying for gas. And hell, yeah, I have some trading tutorials. I'm building out some more. But basically, so you guys know I've been working on some tutorials for you guys for a while. I got to record myself talking about them here pretty soon. But I'm cutting out all of the stock and option stuff out of them just so I can make everything about cryptocurrency, because the stock stuff doesn't really mesh with the crypto stuff and the option stuff doesn't mesh with the crypto stuff. So it's just going to be, it's just going to be all about cryptocurrency and how to trade them, finding the best exchange and stuff like that. So the beginning, it'll be kind of boring going through the base knowledge of like, hey, what is a cryptocurrency? What are the best tools that you guys would probably want to use? What is the best trading software? What is the best you know, computers that you might want to be using, the worst computers, like, you know, what's the bare minimum you can do versus what's really, really good, all that type of stuff, books that you guys may want to read in your spare time, and then the majority of the meat, where it's going to take like a month of like videos, like, you know, a week every video for a couple months, that's going to all be about technical analysis, different trading strategies, breakouts versus breakdowns. I'm not going to go too nitty gritty into it just because I'm kind of changing it up here. But I am going to try to make a master course still and just pump it out when it's available. It's too hard to kind of slash and get it all here on YouTube, as I'm finding out, unfortunately. But the crypto side will all be for free and all that type of stuff. Damn, the gas, Big Mike. Should I sell my leverage play or hold? Let's see. Should I sell my leverage play? It depends on how you bought it. I know nothing about your position at all. For me, I'm buying over the past few days to hold for the next few weeks. If you're looking for a day trade or a swing trade, that's where things get a little bit more iffy. That's where you could be like, okay, my swing trade hasn't been going my way, so I'm going to sell it. Or my day trade hasn't been going my way, so I'm just going to sell it, take the loss, and look for a better opportunity to buy in. Right now, I'm still buying stuff for the next few weeks. If you're asking for the next few hours, you're going to have to wait to see if we actually have this breakout or not, or if we're going to continue coming down. But the trend right now is somewhat down on the daily chart, or the 15-minute to like hourly chart. The daily chart and the weekly chart are still fairly bullish. But again, it depends on if you're trying to wait for like a better opportunity to buy back in and stuff like that. And ADK, I'm glad somebody was able to take advantage of that. I wasn't even paying attention this morning to the crypto markets when we had that little pop and drop. I don't even know exactly what happened. I know it happened around market open, but I still was Grayscale just waiting to sell off a load of Bitcoin? I don't know. Do I think Bitcoin can hit $72,000 today? That's the goal here. If we can actually manage to break out, I would say either today or tomorrow. I'm hoping for that. So far, we've managed to hold on to support, and that's kind of why. I'm hoping we don't get another smash down tomorrow during market open. But right now, the buyers are definitely there to push us back up. Where do I see Doge peaking this cycle? Probably somewhere around $1 to $1.20 if we're lucky. It might even go much higher than that, but I think Elon Musk is going to have to get more involved in what's happening with Dogecoin for that to happen. Okay, so thoughts on Tesla? If you're buying Tesla right now, it's definitely going to be a long-term hold. It might be a while before it starts doing anything parabolic again like we're used to it doing. It seems like all the luster of EVs has all that extra money. It's all been moving heavily into AI plays. And, I don't necessarily hold much Tesla anymore because I've been selling it off as it's been kind of just going sideways here. Taking, profit off of holding for months and months and months. And it was a good profit. But for me, I think sometime this summer, if the market does breathe back down a little bit, I am going to want to buy some Tesla, but I'm only going to be buying it because of what they're trying to do in the AI field as well. So I'm hoping that they can make some type of breakthrough in AI, which will rival ChatGPT and stuff like that, and then he could implement that into his robots and stuff, which he already has competition for as well. But that's kind of where I'm hoping Tesla can make the move, and I'm hoping that Tesla, they can do something revolutionary, because whenever the EV market picks back up, Tesla's going to be doing fine. But right now, it's kind of in that point where I'm just like, I don't know if it's done falling yet. I kind of just want to wait a little bit longer to see if I should buy it now or a little bit later. But I feel like I want to buy a little bit later. Thoughts on Algo? Do I even have Algo on here? No, let me pop it up right here. So it's still moving up higher here over the past few months. That's nice to see. It has taken a little bit of a dip over the past few weeks. That's to be expected with what happened with Bitcoin here. Pop back up a little bit more. It is looking like it does want to come down here today, and that's for sure. You might see it coming back down here towards 25.75 or something like that. Just about a penny, maybe a penny and a half today if things look really, really rough. Other than that, you're basically just waiting for this breakout to occur. Now that you've kind of had a little bit of a peak, you at least can add a trend line on here. And then, this over here. You're waiting for this breakout to develop. This is old, I'm guessing, so let's get rid of that. Now, the momentum isn't perfect just yet, so it's probably not the best opportunity to buy. The weekly charts are okay at this point in time. It looks like you're probably waiting for this to do, again, like Bitcoin, a lot of other assets, a dip and rip type of effect, but that breakout might not happen for at least a week or so. So you might use this opportunity as a time to buy, when it goes back down below 26 cents would probably be a better opportunity to buy. If you're holding, I would just be holding and waiting for that breakout to come whenever it does. You're not in any danger of a death cross falling or anything like that. Even though the stochastic and the RSI are positive, the MACD still isn't. And that's the same with Bitcoin right now, which is why I haven't gone all into buying Bitcoin just yet, because I'm still waiting for to see what happens next. But yeah, right now it still looks fine. It's just in this longer term consolidation here. There we are. As of Sol, its prominence in the midst of overtaking Ethereum. Yeah, I think a lot of people are hoping that Solana overtakes Ethereum right now. When I go out to crypto events around the city and whatnot, I've been noticing there's a lot of Solana people hyping it up as much as possible. Like, it's going to be the next Ethereum, it's going to overtake it. The speeds, all the new technology, all that type of stuff. So there's definitely like, let's overtake Ethereum vibes. Ethereum, it's been doing fine. It's been doing great. I think people are just always complaining about their fees, so there's always like a little negative against it. But Ethereum is number 2 for a reason, so it will take a lot of effort to overtake that. And I don't know if it's going to happen this cycle, but you can definitely tell there's a fervor for it. And hey, on time, I am not smoking anything tonight. I'm probably going to smoke something tomorrow. I'm trying not to smoke as much here because I know I've been smoking a lot over the past few days. I did buy a box of Patrons here using some of the money you guys donated the other day, so I'll try to probably smoke one of those out tomorrow if I can. Hey, Jenna Vernon, I know we all want Dogecoin to be pumping up right now. There you go. Make sure on this now. I'm thinking the next significant pump will come from offshore and poor Americans will miss out. It's okay. I mean, remember guys, we've been dollar cost averaging for a while. One of the reasons I'm not really mad or upset about anything going on in Bitcoin, while I'm kind of like disengaged and not as excited about stuff, is because a lot of the buys that I've been doing. Oh, let me go to the 4-hour chart a little bit more clear. It was all around here. I was buying all this. Now, of course, I bought a little bit more heavy over here. I didn't buy much at the very bottom, unfortunately, but I was able to get my average down, all my assets, looking pretty well. And now, things are looking pretty well. You can see the average is like halfway down here or something like that. I'm still up around 8%. Even if we dip back down, like I said before, we have something of a larger dip and rip instead of a smaller one, I'd still be fine with it. Plus, I made some money on that breakout that we talked about earlier. That breakout was nice and juicy. There you go. Right now, Bitcoin's looking like it wants to test out, come again, and maybe have a higher move here. But I think, where was it over here? You could almost see some type of ugly head and shoulders here, or I guess an inverse head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout. Really ugly. I don't typically think of those as head and shoulders, but maybe in hindsight you can. There you go. Even on the 1-hour chart, we're still making lower lows. We're trying to make a little bit of a higher high here, though. If we can just break that right there. I know the 15-minute chart looks all over the place with all that huge wicks. If we can just break out here sometime tonight, I think we're on our way to 72,000 and higher. But that's if right now. We may not break out of it. Maybe we'll dip back down before we break out of it, so forth and whatnot. But again, I'm hoping for it to happen tonight. So let me get rid of this. Well, yeah, it's that right there. We can wait and see. It's gonna be a big task here. Usually bulls, like Paulo, it's gonna take us some bulls to really get us above that one. Hey, DK, on the Soul Cinema, exactly right. I know a lot of people that work in Solana, not working, but love Solana. They've been holding it for a while. I have met some of the people that work at Solana. There was a Solana guy that's at the events that I go into Seattle every now and again. He's some type of big shot with them. Seems to be a very nice guy, but people love the guy. People always like Solana. I'm like, I don't hear people raving about Ethereum anywhere I go. It's all Solana. So, but you know, yet Ethereum has the massive market cap, right? Or I guess they both have large market caps, but you know, vastly different. So I think you're just going to continue to see people doing the same thing, you know, pumping up Solana as much as they can. And also, people got very lucky with Solana last year. They were able to buy it at a very good dump, very good price during that massive dump around Luna and so forth. Missouri is legal? Oh. What do you call? Washington's been legal forever. I think it was like Washington and Colorado were the first states. I think Colorado was like slightly before that. But that was back when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Oh God, that's a long time ago. There you go. Cannabis coin, any thoughts? I don't. Oh, this thing is such a low market cap. The technicals aren't going to matter at all. Yeah, it's a 427,000 market cap. This is something where you're just trying to buy and hold. How's the social media look for it? 15,000 followers, not a lot, but it's fine. You know, for a token that small, with the market cap, it's okay. Top marijuana cryptocurrencies. Let's see. Website. Let's move this over here very fast. Oh, Jesus, what the hell is that? Is it a video that's not working? Oh, no. What is that? Is that phone? Oh, God, that's an ancient phone. I don't know, man. This feels weird. They gotta improve this ASAP. So it's instant real world payments, dispensary tested. So it's like another way to spend money. Okay. I don't know. There's a lot of regulation on money in the weed market, so they're gonna have to like get some lobbyists on board. They have a wallet. Latest news and announcements. The last update was in 2017. I don't know. It seems like they have a lot of work to do to catch back up. Let's go back over here to X. Oh yeah, they haven't posted since 2022. It's been a hot minute, so I'm guessing it's probably not going to be the best thing out there. Is this a different website than the one we just saw? No. Yeah, it's kind of funky. Kind of funky, unky. Don't worry, you guys see my messages with Internet Anarchist. Yeah. This thing may have been dying a slow death here. Yeah, it's back around 2015 prices, so it had a good rally in 2018, but since then, you know, the 2021 rally was very, very mild to say the least, and it's pretty much just died off. Doge to the moon. This isn't even talking about this token here, so yeah, it looks like it's pretty much died off here. Maybe a high risk token, but I don't know if I take that risk there. What should I buy for $100? Typically, right now, I've been dollar cost averaging heavily into AI tokens and meme tokens. Personally, I think I like AI tokens more than meme tokens, but memes have a wild factor where they can just go crazy. And there's not as many good, I would say, lower market cap AI tokens right now, where there's still plenty of AI meme tokens that have a low market cap. But right now, I'm mostly going into AI tokens. If you're looking for something as a long-term haul, I guess a low market cap one right now would be Ocean token. But, you know, do your research before you hop into that one. Hey, Oscar, what do you mean by verify Pika? I don't know what do you mean by verify? Sounds like someone is trying to get you to find them some X liquidity. Yeah, that thing has definitely been pretty shitty for the past few years, that's for sure. You don't see, I mean, you see it, but we don't talk about them too much because they're not the higher ones. You know, you don't see too many of those ones, at least on this channel, where they pumped up a lot in 2018 because again, there's not as many tokens from back then. They did shit in 2021, and then they're doing I guess like nothing since so far this cycle around. But again, they haven't been doing any updates. Nothing's been happening. Nothing crazy has been happening there. Canopy growth will absolutely make everyone money. Yeah, I'd rather just own weed stocks. Remember, weed stocks were the huge craze a couple years ago. Then they died off really fast. Well, heck, even some of the meme stocks we've been talking about have been doing pretty well. You know, AMC, I think they were talking about the other day on the news. AMC and GameStop are having these quiet rallies, as they put it. You know, I think as of the earnings and whatnot. And you can see bears are trying to push Bitcoin down a little bit here. Look at this, back down below $69,000. Again, talking about that small breakdown we were just talking about. Excuse me. Definitely some volatility. I'm looking at some of the buy orders and sell orders coming across. So altcoin is looking a little bit nasty right now. Not completely. Now Dogecoin definitely is feeling that. Yeah, Dogecoin is definitely feeling that after having that larger move going up. Oof, that red candle. And I mentioned, why is Turbo under AI but a meme? I'm not entirely sure. I saw that too over here on AI tokens. What is it over here? It may just be it was scanned for it or something like that, but this is why you guys have to go about and do your own research ahead of time, because you know you want to learn more about these tokens. Oh, I opened this twice. There you go. Let's see. Turbo is a meme coin created completely by AI. Turbo token is an ERC20 token built on Ethereum. The smart contract ensures secure, transparent, and efficient transactions without the need for central authority. Right? So that's why. That's why. I wonder what the prompts were for this one, but you know, that's why. If you're asking, that must be why. Fetch, Ajax, Ocean, maybe. Yeah, I like all. I mean, I have all three, so I like all three. Let's see. Hey, CoinPhrase, thoughts on GIF? No, GFI. I think somebody asked about this a few days ago. Yeah, somebody did talk about this a few days ago. Yeah. So here's the monthly chart. It's definitely been going up in the past few months. Everything's still fine as far as the long term is concerned. Weekly chart still doing good after that breakup. Momentum has all been fine. The daily chart, how's it been looking? Momentum is all fine there. Yeah, there's been a reason to buy here for quite a bit of time, isn't there? So that's nice to see. As far as the long term, though, everything is pointing towards this going up higher and higher over the next few months. But gold, so GFI, for long term type of stuff, you would have to go back over here to coinmarketcap.com. You have to do more research on it. And before that, how's Bitcoin doing here, just so we can keep track of it? 5-minute chart. There we go. Let's see how much we're able to hold here. That's good. So the market cap is at 127 million. It's still nice and low, so that's good for you. That means it can go much, much higher there. Definitely worth the long-term investment. Real yields from real companies, really. So let's go over here to news. They're still posting stuff, I'm pretty sure. They haven't posted since August, which is kind of weird. So they might want to do that. How are they looking on X? Who are they following? Crown Finance. Okay. So they haven't had an actual post since February 7th. Excited to see the live launch of Heron Finance Open Investment build on top of Goldfish FI. U.S. accredited investors can now build a portfolio of private credit deals for Heron Finance. They don't post on social media that much, and they really should. So that's not the best thing here. But it looks like they have real followers, not spam and stuff like that. Going over here to the website. Back over here. No, not to Medium. Oh, here's the website. Mission. I'm not signing up for Medium. No. So their point is eventually for people running companies, it will seem silly to get a loan from a private bank rather than from a crypto protocol. Going to a bank will be like bartering your goods with your neighbors instead of using internet to sell them online. Even more, the whole market will grow. People who could never access capital before will have an option with crypto. New businesses will flourish in communities because crypto will reach them when banks couldn't or wouldn't. So they want to be a marketplace for the world's debt. I don't completely understand it because how are they going to protect somebody from the risk, you know? Or does somebody have to have collateral or something like that in order to make it work? But as far as what it's doing right now, it seems to have enough momentum to definitely continue going higher as the next, as the year rolls on. See, Near has been getting a lot of attention over the past few months. I've been seeing Near, I call them Near Bros, because all they do is pump Near over and over and over and over and over again. It's been freaking crazy. EDU, you just actually asked about the chart of EDU, so. Okay, it's been moving back up since the crash last year that it had back in 2023. Definitely had a rough year. That's okay. A lot of cryptos had a rough year there. It still hasn't been able to break out above these all-time highs, but I think that's actually okay for now. It looks like it's just consolidating before it makes a larger move, and it looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. So this might be a point where you go to be looking to dollar cost average into your positions. Not necessarily a time to be bulk buying here. The weekly charts are still mixed. The daily charts are bearish. The 4-hour charts are very, very bearish. Yeah. It looks like it's going to want to fall back down here to at least 105, if not coming back down here towards 101, basically $1. So be prepared for that. But I think in the long term here, it still looks like it's consolidating and waiting for that next breakout. It's done very well since October, back when Bitcoin eventually started to pump back up. I won't go for the bottom, but back over here, it's still up around 160%. Not as much as other ones, frankly, but still doing fine. So you might be able to anticipate a larger move. And I think the market cap isn't terrible on this thing either here. What is the market cap on this one? There you go. Yeah, 306 million. That's not bad at all. Give it some time, but yeah, it's definitely something I'd just be accumulating and seeing where it goes next. It doesn't necessarily have the sexiest story behind it or the sexiest, goal. It doesn't have to be to make you money though. There you go. Doge pump the dump can start. Hey, Radar, you know me well. I say that quite a bit. Yes, real world assets collateral. Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. I expect the Fed and BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity to offload their debt into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Hold on. Scoot. There you go. Sorry. Pushing my dog over so I can relax my legs a little bit. 250 million Doge just transferred to Robinhood. Oh, they might be looking to sell some off. Funny enough, they tried to sell it on Robinhood of all places. Thoughts on the meme coins that represent real life people like Larry Finkman? They made Larry Pink on Solana. I don't honestly know much about those ones. I would say if they're famous enough, like I know there's that Trump token going on, there's a Biden token going around, you could try to buy those and have some fun with them. But like it's like going to the roulette table, not even blackjack. It's like going to the roulette table and hoping your number gets lucky. There just seems to be so many of them being made right now, and they're like, "Oh man, we missed out on Trump, we missed on Biden, but Fink, he's the guy." Or maybe if they come out with a Gary Gensler token or something like that, there's a lot of options. But I would just say it's a real risk there. Where if you're doing it, I mean, by all means, I'm not going to stop you, but treat it more as your casino money and not so much as like a proper investment, if that makes sense. Still might be kind of fun to toss in 20 bucks and see where it goes, you know, if you have 20 bucks to lose, of course. Education stuff, yeah, that's it's not sexy, but still, it doesn't have to be sexy to make you some good money. I'm in a couple. I'm in an education stock play right now. I forget what it's called. Nerd, I think it's called. I forget. But you know, I'm also in some educational plays to see what happens down the road. But they're definitely like a year plus long holds. But I'm excited to see where they go. Although the cryptocurrency might outperform my stock, that's for sure. Playing roulette right now, yeah. Hey, no, there's tons of coins that people play roulette with. You know, typically right now for altcoins and meme tokens specifically, I have the same rule I had before. Oh, hey boy, here. We can take a quick break here, and we can give Loki a treat. He's giving me a face with that cone on his head, and I feel so guilty. Ow! I know. Your nails are just clawing me to death. Yeah, I know. Ow. He hasn't been able to run outside as much, so his claws are getting a little bit long. I just got a new grinder, though, to do work on his feet tonight. It's actually right over there. It's a nice one. So he has a little guard. It doesn't hurt him, and luckily he doesn't mind his toes being trimmed by me. Other people he minds, but not by me. Thank God. I built up some trust with him. Sleep on Doge, get bit. I don't know. People just have very mixed feelings about Dogecoin, don't they? I have been someone that likes to hold on to it, but to each their own, right? To each their own. It's going to be a they're going to have to figure it out themselves, right? I just as a content creator, I just want you guys to be able to own cryptocurrencies and be able to sell during the high points. Because I want you guys to be able to use all the new people that come in when Bitcoin's at $100,000, whatever it goes up to. I want you to be able to use them as your X liquidity, because you guys were smart enough to buy before all the crazy pumps happen and all that type of stuff. Right now, I just think people, I don't know, people are thinking very, very short term. And so when the Bitcoin drops down a few percent here or there, they really freak out about it. But I would say, you know, or how is this? Too many people are buying and trading cryptocurrency right now without a plan. And that plan is killing them, when technically all you have to do is buy and hold, and then you're guaranteed money if you're buying like good cryptocurrencies, right? You're guaranteed to make money. But they're not. And I don't know why. And hey Tristan, thank you very much for the super chat. You aped into Gulo Tomatic. Let's see. I don't even know if this is on TradingView here. Polygon here. So far, everything's pointing to something more of a bearish move here, so you might be able to accumulate more. Let's go over here to the 4-hour chart. How's it looking? This is still pretty bearish on this one, so just be careful that it might come back down here towards 1796 or so. I'm trying to see. Where you're probably going to get much more excited is once it starts to break out from here. This type of thing looks like it's something, though, on the 4-hour chart. You see how much it fell down? This feels like a low market cap token that can go very, very fast on the upside. So you're not necessarily going to be shaken out of these dips. Like this dip right here. Yeah, that was 62% dip. So you're pretty much like a fish on a hook, and you're just not. Oh no, that's a bad way. That's a bad analogy. You got the bull by the horns, but you're just not gonna. You're not gonna sell it until it breaks out and goes back up here to, I don't know what that level might be for you. You know, like 87.91 or something like that. You're basically waiting for that larger move, but it does look like it still has to consolidate here before that larger move can accumulate. And with something like this, I don't exactly know what the market cap is. Kulo. Yeah, Kula right here. This market cap is at 20 million. So this thing is going to be very, very, very volatile. So be careful with it. But because it's so volatile, you don't really do much with it. All you do is you just hold, and then you wait for those larger moves to come along. That's usually how I play the moves here. And then here you go. You got Bitcoin trying to bounce back up over the last couple minutes, and we're going to see if we can actually hold this level or not. It's been a pretty chaotic last 24 hours here. Or 24 hours, I would say. And hey, JD, people don't get out before shit hits the fan. They rarely get out. That's what makes it so crazy. And hey, King, you've had Doge since before 0.01, so you're holding you're cool holding till dollar. That's a good way to look at it. I think all cryptocurrency is sentiment driven, so even if you are in a position, you should support those who make content around you given crypto of choice. You're given crypto choice. Oh yeah. I typically don't care what you guys buy. I tell you guys when I'm buying, you guys can copy it, you guys can put some of that stuff in your portfolio. I don't care. I just don't want to be that content creator that buys up a ton of shitcoin and say, hey everybody, I got this new shitcoin you guys want to be looking at. Buy all this, you know? I don't want to be that guy. I see that happening way, way too much. And I feel like when the average person hops into the cryptocurrency community, I feel like that's the perception of crypto influencers. And to a certain degree, I think influencers as a whole in the crypto community, we've earned that reputation because a lot of crypto influencers are total shitbags, right? Now, I think as word gets around, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones. You guys kind of find the ones you like, and then you kind of cross, So I know a lot of you guys watch Crypto Lifer, Crypto Face. I'm going to be doing collabs with them here pretty soon. That'll be pretty fun. But, then there's other ones like Tom Crown that I like. There's Crypto Wendy, who I've only talked with a couple times, but she seems chill. Then you got the more ones like Ben Armstrong, the Crypto Daily, not Crypto Daily. What's the other one over there? Discover Crypto people, that whole the ones that go out and they do all the crazy stuff in the rings, like the more crypto bros than actual technical analysis and data people. They make their money in a very different way than the most of us do. I still need to put that video about how cryptocurrency influencers make their money. Maybe I'll just do a long single video. I'm just talking like this with the full on screen, and the TV in the background or something like that, and I'll just explain it to you guys. That might be the next thing I do. That is going to be the next video. I'll do that. I'll send it over to the editor. I'll pay him a little bit of money, and I'll see what he's able to accomplish with that. Because some people, they get paid to promote shit tokens too. I get offers a lot for that on Twitter. But I don't know. I've always said no. Or no, see, I actually don't respond. I don't think if I can remember the last offer I had. It was on X. No, I can't recall it. But all of a sudden, some content creator he's like, hey, I found this new token. I like it a lot. It looks pretty cool. I see potential in it. You don't know it, but all of a sudden he was paid about $1,000 cash to do it. And he's giving out maybe one token a week. That's $1,000 a week. 2 tokens a week is $2,000 a week. $8,000 a month. You get what I'm saying? So, it's a weird community. I think Elon's tweets help Dogecoin, but I think it doesn't really do much in the long run for it. Elon's gonna have to do something with Dogecoin and X. They're gonna have to do some type of partnership. I just don't know what. I know his workers, his staff is still working on the wallet system and the financial aspect of it all. So it's pretty much just waiting to see what happens. But yeah. And hey, the Hartman, they overreact because they put too much emotions into the water. Oh, jeez. It is what it is. I know, it is what it is. And thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate that a lot. Recall. Do I think Dogecoin Millionaire sold any Doge yet? No, he's probably holding on for a while. He didn't sell when he was supposed to last time. I was astonished the guy didn't sell because he could have locked in so many gains. I'm a huge proponent of selling early as if it means you guys are able to lock in those profits. And again, you don't have to sell everything. You could just sell 10%, 20%, 50%, whatever you guys are comfortable with. But, you know, if you bought low and you have the opportunity to sell high, it doesn't hurt to just sell 5% just because you feel like it. Doesn't hurt at all. Because you just really, truly never know what the next day, the next week will bring. And so by at least locking in some of those profits, you can still have the other positions open, but you have more capital to work with. Or if you, like for me, again, as somebody who has to make money to earn, like to actually buy stuff and live and pay for the house and stuff like that, you have to be able to pay your bills. You know, I can't always be involved in cryptocurrency and just have all of my money in there. I have to pull some out to pay stuff, pay for bills and that. And AD3W Mumu, let's see, we can try to find it here. Mumu against Solana. Mumu the Sol isn't on here, but I can find Mumu the Bull here as far as the price action. There's not really much happening here. Okay. Since there isn't much data, the best thing I can do is probably look it up online and try to find out more information from coinmarketcap.com. Mumu, yeah, there you go. Oh, that's why, yeah. Oh, there's a few of them here. There's Mumu, then Mumu the Bull. Mumu the Bull is this one, so I don't even know. Mumu? Mumu the Bull, Mumu the Bull. See, these are all Mumu the Bull, so I don't know which one this might be. Well, let's go over to Mumu, I guess. Because you gave me the ticker Mumu, which is not Bull, right? Please exercise cost. A little bit of a warning sign right here. Market cap is 6 months, so very, very small. We'd have to check out the website here. They're verifying that I'm human. There you go. Welcome to Mumu, the decentralized cryptocurrency where the bulls are in charge. Mumu has taken control of the market once again. Join the community of bulls and never cry again. LP burn, tax 0, 1 total supply. There you go. Oh, their X account is broken. Well, that's not a good sign at all. They don't even know how to set up a website. So about. Oh, it's all in the same. I don't know. This one seems kind of shitty. And they don't even know how to set up a website properly. I'm a little bit worried. Let me see if I can go to Mumu here and go over to X. I still have X up. Here, let me open this up over here. Let's put Bitcoin back on top. There you go. And let's go over here to X. Okay, there's Mumu and there's Mumu the Bull. Let's see it here. It's the other Mumu? Hold on, okay. Top one. No, wrong one. Mumu is the top one. Well, let me know what the ticker is then. If it's not Mumu, then it must be Bull, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure, but let me know the ticker and I can try to find it out for you. And pop Bitcoin back on top. Lino Inu do a TA. What about Lino Inu though? There's not. You have to tell me what you're looking for: a day trade, a swing trade, etc. Otherwise, it's not going to really help you all too much. Let's see right here. Everything right now, for the most part, is down just about 1% to 3%. Not really massive moves on the downward side. Things are still holding up pretty well here, despite Bitcoin taking a small little dump over the last few minutes. Sol Pet is on 28%. Geez, but Pepe is on 7%. I know somebody was asking about Pepe token here. Alright. Oh, actually, probably best to go to the daily chart here. You see this. We were talking about this a few days ago, and it looks like it did end up breaking down here. So what you're hoping for is probably for Pepe to come back down and try to make another higher low. Not to break down all the way over here, but just a higher low. And then from there, of course, you're going to look for another trend line and whatnot, but you're basically waiting for that to occur and then something of a breakout. This one has been pretty interesting though, because it actually broke out, but it got smacked back down here. So a lot of people are looking for different opportunities to do breakouts and whatnot, but the breakdowns all failed because of course the oscillators were not pointing in the bullish direction down here. Yeah, you guys can see that. You might have to wait a little bit longer for everything to align. So the next breakout that you probably want to buy is one where all the daily oscillators on the MACD, stochastic, and RSI, you want to see those be bullish that before you buy there. Yeah, this thing definitely looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. Hopefully it can manage to hold the support around like 72, 82, 45. But I would probably say it's probably going to go for a whole another higher low where it actually breaks down here. And then, you know, has a little bit more of a rebound coming up until maybe the weekend. So it might be coming down a little bit more here. Just like you can see, Bitcoin is trying to do that dip that we were talking about. It might go through the dip and the rip. We'll have to see if Bitcoin also tries to go through some wacky sideways move here, in which case I'll have to buy even more up for that potential swing play that we've been talking about. So far on the 15-minute chart, though, we are trying to bounce back up. We're actually looking pretty good as far as Bitcoin. Bounced off support and now looking to go higher. And AK, what am I scaling out? That one I'm not scaling out until Bitcoin starts to go sideways, possibly around like $90,000 to $100,000. Again, I have no idea when Bitcoin's really going to peak up there, but somewhere around there. And then the thing about STMX, I guess, well, you would know this because you've been holding on to it for a while. If it does something parabolic out of the ordinary, like it does every now and again, where it just has those massive spikes, I might shave off during an altcoin season when it has one of those really, really crazy moves. I might just shave off 10% every time I see one of those. And then, of course, when I see the market overall slowing down, then I might try to shave off larger quantities of it. But that X factor there is something I'm going to be doing with it, just because it likes to have those random pops. It hasn't had one, I don't think, in a while, but I would anticipate it having quite a few during the bull market or during the altcoin season rally, post-halving. And Crypto Diva, hey, I'm happy I was able to teach you some patience. Not many people like to learn patience when it comes to the cryptocurrency markets, but it's nice. It's a nice way to learn about it. AJ, Doge isn't played out as long as Elon's involved. That's for sure. Should you long Dogecoin? I've been longing Dogecoin for a while now. I'm just holding it for the cycle, though. I'm not necessarily holding it for the next few days. Right now, Dogecoin is up against a pretty large level of resistance. But if you're willing to buy and kind of wait for that resistance to break, then you could buy. Hey, Trev, Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, right there. So this one's been interesting. I think we talked about this a few days ago, but not much recently. Which, I mean, we didn't talk about like the day before yesterday. All right, let's pull this back down here. This thing has managed to go to a new cycle high here, and it continues to move higher here. I don't know why. Bitcoin Cash has always had these like really crazy moves, like you can see right here. Just within that one day, it popped up around 63%, massive. Again, don't ask me why. But for this, I'm still going to go back over here to this longer one, because this is usually what I want to do when I'm looking at those larger moves, not the daily moves we were talking about from like here to here to here. Those larger moves where you're looking at, you know, weekly holds and whatnot, you're going to see that this thing just broke through all of them. We had this clear level of resistance there, broke out, then after a few weeks later, pop. That next level of resistance, if we're not going crazy and parabolic, should be around $595. As we move on closer to the altcoin season and down the road, up here, 13, 14, this is going to be where I see a lot of resistance, because you can see right there, we're heading up to two big old peaks over here from 2018 and all the way over here 2021. This is where I see the most chance for it to get smacked back down during a cycle high. This was in 2021. This was all the way over here in 2018, okay? So it might not go crazy high after that, you know? But I see a good cycle high for this one over here, way up there around $1,600, $1,700. And if you want to do it a special way as well, if you're looking for something of a, you want to buy, then you want to hold for a few weeks and see where it goes, well, since it is doing a very long-term lower highs, you could see this thing play out and go much higher than that. You know, again, the highest from back over here in 2018 were all the way up around $4,400. If you're lucky, maybe it goes that high with all the new ETF money coming involved. High risk play, but you definitely want to start scaling out earlier than $4,500, $3,000. You just want to be getting out of there. Now, as far as the next few days, everything is still bullish here. It's been bullish for the last few days, actually. You saw the change of character here, which was a good buy sign plus buy. Everything was certainly buy. It took a couple days, to be frank, but it ended up working out. The 4-hour chart right now, I had a false breakdown here before it took off. So a little bit more of a bull trap right here. See this little breakdown that happened? Boom. All right. Managed to fly back up here. Still doing okay. Feels like you probably just want to be day trading this and not swing trading it for now. Swing traders are probably scaling out at this point just because they're dealing with this level of resistance. And I don't think this level of support is going to hold if we break out above it. Let's go over here to the hourly chart. Yeah, it's been kind of fluctuating around here. So you might see it fall back down here for another opportunity to buy back in and try to make another higher low in the scheme of things over the past few weeks, right? And then from there, continue moving on higher and higher and higher. But you're just really in that dollar cost out, that scale out phase, excuse me. Hopefully Bitcoin's able to hold today, and if it is, then I would say you have a much better opportunity to see it continue to pump up if you're on what Bitcoin's going to be doing here later on. We should have a breakout here for lucky. But after what happened this morning at open, I mean, you can just see the volatility. There are some big players trying to manipulate the market. If that's not market manipulation, I don't know what is. On both sides of the spectrum there, I don't know what is. There we go. All right, now we want to see is Bitcoin just have that nice small breakout and consolidate again. Nice and easy. Anyone happen to see you? Let's see. See, do you know what happens to Fetch AI, Singularity, and Ocean Protocol after they combine to the new token? I am not entirely sure. I wasn't even sure if that was true, honestly. Let me go up to Fetch AI. Let me go to their X account and just try to figure out more information about it. Because honestly, I have no idea whatsoever. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the one right here. So Singularity, Ocean, Fetch AIs. There's a recording. I would listen to this recording. Actually, more than I'm going to be able to tell you, I will listen to this myself, probably when I'm driving or I'm outside with Loki or something like that. Listen to this. So there's a blog though. Okay. I know it's hard to read. Bear with me. So today we are proud to announce that we are merging with two fellow titans of decentralized AI, Singularity Net and Ocean Protocol, to create the largest independent player in AI research and development. The Superintelligence Alliance, the tokens from the three respective organizations, will all merge to form one universal AI token known as the Artificial Superintelligence Token, ASI. The AI field is accelerating at a phenomenal pace with the release of the latest LLMs. The pace of innovation has noticeably accelerated into a torrent of growth that every single startup, decentralized project, and large multinational must come to terms with. Already, I'm going to probably sometime today or tomorrow sell all of my tokens that relate to all three of these because I don't know. They're all futures. They're not like just spot tokens, all futures. So I'm probably just going to sell everything and wait for the new token to hop onto the market, then buy it as soon as I can on Fairdesk or BYDFi, Bitmart, or what's the other one, Blofin. They're not going to be available. They're going to be all terminated here pretty soon. So that means when it comes to stuff like this, with Ocean, it's up 45%. I should probably sell that for a quick close. What's the other one here? Fetch AI. That's up 35%. Let's close that. And then Ajax, that one's up 26%. So close that one. Now I'm down on all my positions because those were some of the things that are moving up today. But I'm selling it all. I'll tell you that now. Now, I will buy in heavily to this new token. I just, gotta wait for it to open up. Artificial general intelligence has never felt closer. It is clear that at this pace, we could continue to beyond AGI straight towards artificial superintelligence, where AI systems perform at a far beyond human levels of competence, effectively operating with the sum of all human knowledge. The benefits of artificial superintelligence are so monumental that they should not be controlled by the few and must be therefore decentralized. Fetch AI, alongside Singularity and Ocean Protocol, from the three longest serving teams in decentralized AI, committed to building an open and beneficial AI and striving to build exit ramps away from the centralized monopolies. Okay, so we got to figure out when it's coming. Snapshots of the projects. So yeah, I mean, listen to that video, but yeah, they're merging here. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be, you're gonna want to buy that token up like crazy though. So, but as far as my futures, I just sold them. I don't know, those aren't all my futures obviously, but I'm gonna be selling everything here. They've all been doing great, but at this point, might as well use the excuse of the pumps that are coming over here, like the last few weeks. I was buying over here. I'm happy to sell right here. Even if they pump up higher, I knew I'll make a shit ton of money off that new token here. Maybe I will just add some stop losses, like have my stop losses moved up way more on Ajax, Fetch AI, and Ocean. But I have no incentive to really even want to be focusing on holding them much longer. Because again, they're futures. They're not spot. Maybe there's some way to manage everything, which is why I say listen to audio. But I don't necessarily have much spot of these tokens here. If there's a way for me to swap them or do something, maybe I'll do it. But typically, I just sell them, buy the new token when it comes out. I don't like to do all the nuanced stuff involved with that type of those type of advancements, you may call them. If it has all of those three, yeah, I'm going to be loading into it 2x leverage as soon as it hops on any exchange that I have ability to, and I'll just hold it. I won't mess with it at all. Just hold it, hold it, hold it. I'll be happy with it. And I did the Mumu Solana. Okay, let's go over to Dex Tools. Mumu Solana. Mumu the Bull. Guessing that's what you're looking at. Or this Mumu the Bull. Or this Mumu the Bull. 776,000. So I'm assuming it just went up 1,000 while I was talking. Okay, so definitely a newer token here. The market cap must be very, very small, $42 million. Circulating supply is 2.33 trillion. Okay. The volume is pretty good. Not really because of the amount here or the value, but 4-hour token should be more news here. So it looks like I had a pretty good rally starting off, but it's really died down since then. You're pretty much in an accumulation phase where this is the big move here. Like you're basically going to wait for this thing to either fall off a cliff and go back to zero, or you're going to wait for some momentum to come in here and pick it back up and then try to move it higher. I don't know. It's had a clean audit, which is nice. I know you guys can see the audit, but it looks nice here. I would probably try to crypto. Do they have a website here? No. Oh, here it is. Web. Here it is. It's not scrolling up or down. Oh, there it goes. Okay. A little glitchy, but Meant to unite everyone in crypto, backed up by a go up technology. So yeah, so there might be a way to go through it if you want to. Definitely a big gamble, that's for sure. But at least they've kind of built out a website that can make people kind of fun and happy. This is their official Twitter account. 10,000, 19,000 followers looks like. They haven't. Oh, there they go. They posted 17 minutes ago. The bull is charging up. Basically, the way it is. One does not sell his bag, we hold. So it doesn't seem to be bots, so that's nice there. So yeah, it just seems like something you want to be buying and holding for that larger move to accumulate. You have no idea when that move is happening. Nobody does. It'll be a whale that comes in here out of nowhere and just starts pumping it up because they're going to try to pump it up to sell it off later on. But just make sure you're able to sell it for a profit and you should be fine. And hey, Steve, so I didn't own the actual coins as much as Fetch. Not as many of them, no, not as many of them. A lot of the assets I've been buying up over the last few weeks have all been 2x leverage plays and stuff like that. What I have, like I don't own any Ocean. I probably had like $4,000 worth of Fetch and like $3,000 worth of Ajax. And I'd already scaled out like a good 20 to 30% of those ones a few weeks ago because I was going to buy back more before the next big move. But now I just have no incentive to hold any of it, not even the spot. Again, I'm going to be holding the spot a little bit longer to see what's going on. But I had much more money heavily invested in the futures because, again, I knew they were going to go up, so might as well make double the profit off as it goes up. If you have Fetch tokens that automatically be relabeled as ASI, so I just have to sell my Ocean ones then and then my Ajax ones. Okay. Yeah, let's see. It's being put in the Netflix doc on meme coins. Oh, that might be kind of fun, though. That might give it a little pump. Up a lot, like gotten Doge under a second. Oh, a cent. Yeah. Hey, MDZ. Basically, in simple terms, leverage just means that you're borrowing money from the exchange in a way that if you do a 2x leverage long on a particular token, let's say Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes up 1%, you make 2% in profit. If Bitcoin goes down 1%, you lose 2% in value, right? So if you do a 5x leverage play, if Bitcoin goes up only 1%, you're up 5% in profit. If Bitcoin goes down 1%, then you're down now 5% losses, right? So you're down 5%. Now, on top of that, the extra volatility and so forth, you open yourself up into something called becoming liquidated. You probably heard this used over the past few months and years if you're in the market. Basically, that if you only buy something in spot and not with leverage, if you buy Bitcoin at $69,000 right now, if Bitcoin goes to zero, then you've lost all of your value, but you still own one Bitcoin, even if it is worth nothing. If you buy one Bitcoin with 50x leverage and Bitcoin goes down 2%, that means that 2 times the 50x leverage, Bitcoin has now lost 100% of its value. You've lost everything. That whole position is now closed. You've lost all $69,000 you've spent to buy the Bitcoin. It's gone. Okay? So that's where the risk comes in there. Also, you have to pay fees when you are holding cryptocurrencies. There's 2 types of fees. There's the fee to make the trade, and then there's something called a funding fee, where if you have a trade opened up longer than 8 hours or 12 hours, every 8 or 12 hours, you're paying a small, teeny bit of money to have that trade opened. I had a trade opened from December to March. The fees were about $50, and I invested about probably close to $300 to $400 in there. I made about $1,500 or $1,600 in profit, and my profit after the fees and everything was about $1,550. So, again, that's kind of the way it works. For those of you guys that want to get into leverage, you typically want to start off with 2 or 3x leverage. That's the easiest way to go in there. Also, there are other ways to get into leverage without actually going into the futures markets and trading. You will find exchanges every now and again. I think one of them is Blowfin, who's going to start sponsoring the channel here pretty soon. Let me see if I can open them up. Don't sign up for them yet because I don't have an affiliate link. But they have a spot market, I believe, where they do have... Is it the spot market? No. Where is it? Markets. Spot. I'll try to find it. But basically, you're going to see things every now and again. Maybe even going to Binance. Not Binance, not US Binance right here. You're going to see stuff. I used to do this every now and again on KuCoin, but KuCoin's not available in the United States anymore. Spot, trade, futures, options. Probably go over here to spot. They have it. I want to go against the USDT here. You see how they have these 5x ones, 10x ones right here? I know it's kind of hard to see. But basically, if ACE goes up 1%, you know this particular ticker will go up 5% and so forth here. So a lot of volatility around these ones. Or it might even be the maximum leverage. Let me see. Cross 5x. No, it's just a cross 5x. Okay, so you can do the cross 5x or you can do the spot trade. Okay, so you have options there. So yeah, they have different ways for you to buy it if you want to. Typically, though, you're going to go through your standard futures page, and you're just going to choose the leverage up here. And you're going to go up 2x or however much you want to go up to 125x. I don't recommend going anywhere near that, honestly. Just stick to 2x or 3x. If you go above that, you're going to be very, 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 very sad when your account goes to 0. But that's basically the gist of it. I would also, in your spare time, look up the difference between an isolated trade and a cross trade. They matter a lot when you're using leverage. See, and hey, Warren, what do you call? Rewind like 10 minutes, and we just broke down everything. I saw the windows over here. Here, if you want to read the article, here it is. It is happening. I thought it was fake until I read it a few minutes ago. But yeah, there's the link for it right there. Hey man, so I think Shiba will hit all-time high before or after the 31st. After the 31st. See, AI says it will before, after, probably before is what the AI is saying, I guess. Oh, it will. Oh, okay, 2 or 3x at most. Okay, there you go. I'm holding 17x to 50x bot on rec puts and just holding. Meme coin season about to start. Not yet. I mean, right now, all you guys want to be doing is just buying in the meme coins. Like, don't have any expectations on when they go. They're going to go when they go. And when they go, you just want to make sure you have something in there, because otherwise you're going to be you're going to be chasing it. You know, right now you probably have people looking at, hey, can I buy Dogecoin at 20 cents when they refuse to buy Dogecoin at 16 cents? You know, you just want to have a piece of the pie here. You know, and if you want to buy Dogecoin at 20 cents, you just got to buy and got to hold, and you got to wait for a while for it to make you money. But, you know, then they might come back and say, hey, Dogecoin's at 25 cents. Can I buy it if it goes back down to 20 cents? You're going to see that same cycle happen over and over again. Excuse me. There you go. And hey, verified trader, your shorts, probably if you've been holding for the last hour or so, your shorts are probably making some decent money here. I know most stuff is going down, not crazily, but if you have a good leverage, you're probably making some good money right now. Isolate if you're starting. Yeah, probably better go isolated. Don't do 50x leverage on isolated. Don't do 40x or 30x or even 10x leverage on isolated. Don't do any of that. Stick to 2x or 3x if you're really feeling adventurous, right? Yeah, you don't want to be freaking out about your leverage trade going the wrong way. It can be catastrophic. Like even here, like oh no, I won't do it. But yeah, what do you call it? Leverage can just wreck your account if you're not careful. Because people typically they try to make too much money too fast. What's my strategy for Bitcoin and Ethereum next week? Am I expecting a dip in selling news having? No. So what I'm anticipating over the next week is I'm hoping that Bitcoin kind of finishes off a larger dip and rip type of effect, where right now we're kind of in the midst of a dip. So on Friday we have PCE data coming out, and that's oh god, I always hate trying to figure out what exactly it's called. Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. So it's not the CPI, it's not the PPI, but it's the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, and the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. So if that's hot, you'll probably see Bitcoin take a dip. We'll see how bad, but you'll probably see it take a dip. If it's good on Friday, we should see Bitcoin really start to light it up. So right now, everything is pretty much bullish on Bitcoin. We can expect to be going higher. The thing that can send us into overdrive or just crush our hearts and souls is going to be Friday. Now, Friday is Good Friday out here in America and probably lots of other places around the world. But for those people that don't know Good Friday and some of that, it's just all part of the Easter holiday. Now, the stock market is closed for that day. So you're not going to be hearing too much news, I believe, from CNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg, Yahoo, whoever else has a news station that covers the stock market. So it's going to be kind of weird, and I don't know exactly who's going to be breaking the news. So that's going to be something there. But nonetheless, the news is going to be happening on that Friday. So Bitcoin will still show you some pretty fast effects. If the news is good, though, that should really give Bitcoin all-time high clearance to just start booming. We'll have to wait. The next big dates you should worry about are going to be April 10th, which is CPI data, April 11th, which is PPI data, and then I think it's like April 15th or 18th, or somewhere around, April 20th, something like that. We have the halving coming on. You will expect more volatility. I would expect a dip around that time, yes. It's just like we always talk about. Are we dipping from $69,000, or are we dipping from $75,000? Are we dipping from $80,000? It all remains to be seen here. Right now, though, April 10th, 11th, and like that the week after that, basically, it's going to be just a complete volatile mess for Bitcoin, where day traders are going to get wrecked. Swing traders are most likely going to get wrecked depending on which way they're trading here. And then long-term investors are going to be fine. But for me, I'm buying up some plays right now because I'm hoping that Bitcoin will go higher before we have to deal with all the nonsense on the April 10th, April 11th inflation data and so forth. I'm also banking on hopefully the CPE being bullish as a tailwind behind us. Let me see. So January 2024 was up 0.24%, changes from 1 year ago, current release. All right, current dollars, disposable personal income. Right now we have the same amount of disposable income. Let's see. Current expenditures, that's a little bit lower than what it was in December. So things were going okay, I guess. What was the last one? Yeah, next release March 29th. Current release February 29th. So what happened with Bitcoin last 29th? Nothing. Nothing happened. I guess, well, if you look at the data, it's not really too much of a shock or an outlier. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, it wasn't too much of a shock, but still, that's what happened last time. I would say we're okay. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin was pumping up into that data here. I'm hoping we can pump up into the data this Friday. But right now, again, it looks like Bitcoin's trying to take a dip and rip. Because we pretty much have two options here. Right now, I think Bitcoin is back to being bullish, and I'm very excited about it. But I would say there's two big options here as far as where we go. We either start to break out here over the next few days, going into Monday and so forth, and having really big moves, right? This is something we would typically see more in a bull market. We are in a bull market. This is what you kind of expect. In a traditional market, where maybe it's something more not crazy and parabolic, typically what you would see here is Bitcoin taking one more breakdown and then having the larger move come up towards April, which kind of aligns with what's going to be happening with the CPI data, where we would break down and then it'll come back up like this. We'd have that trend line. You attack that breakout there for a nice opportunity, and then you're off to the races. But that's around the halving and so forth. So there's two different opportunities here. What I'm looking to do right now is I am loading up, well, I guess I've done two initial buy-ins here for longer term trades. I'm hoping that we go like this. If we do not, I'm not going to necessarily sell them unless we start breaking back down below 62,243. I think mine was set to what was my 64,000? I think my stop loss is around 64,000, but somewhere basically around here. Okay. And so those are the two options that we have. I don't think there's a scenario where we come back down and then we continue coming down like that. I don't think that's going to happen. It may be something of a shock if we have bad CPI data, but to come all the way back down here to like 50,000 and so forth, that would take historically bad inflation. And, I'm not even sure if that historically bad inflation would cause that to occur. But those are kind of the two paths I see going forward. You could either buy right now and try to hold above the 20-day moving average, or you could try to wait to see if we come back down even more. I'm just entering a position because no matter what, I anticipate we're going higher. I'm just hoping that we don't break down below this support level here and we go to something of a higher low here. I might have to move my stop loss down a little bit more just in case we have a wick or something. But ultimately, those are the two paths I see for Bitcoin going forward here. There we go. The 4-hour chart right now, definitely, we've been coming down here. We're basically just seeing if we're going to break down all the way down here or just try to hold on, consolidate, go a little bit faster here. Typically, though, we have enough momentum. The market is going to be closed this weekend, so no ETFs really pumping us up. But I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. You saw what happened today when the market opened up. I still don't understand exactly what happened. I don't think that was grayscale, like let's dump. I think that was something else. 420 is Doge Day. Oh yeah, that's coming up here pretty soon too. Setting a stop loss above or below price when you're in profit while trading is the greatest thing I've ever learned. It just saves you so much time. Because at worst, you're going to walk away with that amount of money and it's green. It's positive. I don't know why most people don't talk about it. Well, I know. Remember, guys, as I explain it, I'll make a video talking about this, like I said, but most influencers out there, their job is to make you trade on exchanges that they push you to. Now, I like to have sponsorships from exchanges, but I don't tell you guys to do crazy trades all day, friggin' darn day. I let you guys know everything ahead of time, up front, and I hope you guys just respect me a little bit more for that, and hope that and understand I'm not telling you guys all these crazy buy and sell things because I don't want you guys to lose money. The way that I try to work with exchanges, and it doesn't make me as much money sometimes, obviously, because they want me to tell you guys to go trading like crazy. Heck, they want me to put paywalls behind all of my trades. So that's the way they want me to do it. But I said fuck off, right? But I totally forgot my train of thought. I was getting pissed off with exchanges. But you guys get my point there. My big thing is if you guys are trading and making money, everybody wins. You're making money, the exchange is making fees, I'm making commissions off for sending you guys out there. Everybody kind of works. That's a good ecosystem. But I don't want you guys to blow up your account because I want you guys to be able to trade during the bear market and the bull market. Most people don't trade in the bear market because they're pissed off because they didn't sell everything and they're just basically holding bags and waiting for it to go higher. I'm hoping this cycle we can kind of fix that and everybody's like, oh yeah, let's go into the bear market. Let's be happy. Let's be excited. Let's wait for that death cross between the 20-week moving average and the 50, then pile drive shorts in there for some really nice profits. That's a while away, but still. And hey, Mulheim Trading, happy to see you, my man. And hey, Sheldon, so it looks like you're looking to take some small long position over the next few days? Yes. And by the end of it, it'll be a medium to large position. That's what keeps on happening. I see. I keep on pushing the space bar and it keeps on pushing me to my next Bitcoin chart. And hey, JD, inflation data comes out, CPI comes out April 10th, PPI comes out April 11th, and then a few days later, we're going to have an important jobs report as well. That's going to be that Friday afterwards, but the jobs report's not going to be the most important thing. It's really going to be the CPI and the PPI coming out. And thanks, Sheldon. I appreciate that. Hey, no worries, Trev. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, again, I could approach this in so many different ways as being an influencer, but I think this is because I came from a trading background and then I moved over to influencing. Influencers have to learn how to make money very, very fast and quick. And then, over time, they have enough money to just do longer term investing. I came over with a different viewpoint because from what I've learned from all of my influencer friends that work in not in cryptocurrency, but just other fields, they do topics in other fields. When you're first starting off on YouTube and you're not making any money, you have it's a kind of your side hustle, so to speak. You're going to take any offer that somebody gives on to you and you're going to latch on to make money. Remember, in the 2021 season, when I was taking money for offers, I wasn't promoting coins. I was promoting Manscaped. So, because I didn't want to promote tokens because I'm like, dude, that's like GameStop coming over to me and saying, hey, Michael, we want you to promote GameStop. I just couldn't do it. It'd just be too wacky. But remember, Manscaped? I still have their shirts. I still have like a pack of unopened trimmers. Actually, I need to open up. Right? The best in men's grooming. Remember, I had the hedge on the screen that had a trimmer going across it, and it'd be trimmed hedges. Get it. Right? But yeah, these were the guys sponsoring me last time around. It was pretty interesting. Oh God, what the hell is happening with their hair? But it's that's who was sponsoring me. I think I was sponsored by BitGet. That was an exchange. And then there was also one of those Roth IRA crypto companies was sponsoring me for a hot minute. I think it only lasted for like 2 months, but I remember they were sponsoring me too. Hey, Tesson, are you saying you're just selling your AI positions with Fetch AI? Are all your fair desk positions? Oh, just Fetch AI. Fetch AI, Ocean, and Ajax. Those are the ones I sold. Again, I haven't sold my spot positions. That's just on that one particular Fairdesk account that I have that's just for the long-term holdings. What's going to happen here, if they all merge into one token, their futures, all the futures will change. They won't automatically be updated because they're all going to have, there's going to be different values, everything. Everything's going to be readjusted, have a new chart, start off from scratch. That's perfectly fine. But the exchanges are going to have to take them down and then re-implement a new token. I am going to be buying into that new token. I just don't want to have to worry about it because if I don't close those futures positions, they will close them without my knowledge, like when I'm sleeping or something, because they'll be terminated. Every now and again, if you guys code to an exchange, like we were just on Binance, right? Right. Every now and again, if you go over here, it's like markets or futures, you might see some type of news saying something is being delisted or, if Binance wants to open up its freaking chart. Okay, Binance isn't opening anything for me right now. Here, all news. Binance is glitching. Can you see all that glitching stuff happening? Right, I take it off. Is it going to stop glitching? It stopped glitching. Okay, maybe it's just my computer doing something with it. The Bitcoin halving countdown isn't even working. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Well, I know I'm not trying to open an account. I'm just trying to find the news. No, I know they've already canceled my Binance account a while ago. Okay, but they'll basically have news and it'll say, can I go over here? Yeah, loophole. Yeah, fuck Binance, Jesus. Market. No, no, no. We'll have it. Okay, I'm not going to go on for this, but basically they'll tell you, hey, we're taking this off the market, so forth, and that's what I'm anticipating happening. Hey Ty, yeah, we talked about this a little bit ago. Definitely a little bit more bearish on Ethereum because we did break down below that trend line here. Same type of concept as Bitcoin here. This is the trend line I think you're talking about where we broke down just a few hours ago. Yeah, for this one, definitely looking for it to plunge back down a little bit below the 50 moving average here on the 4-hour chart, and then possibly start coming back down here to maybe $3,300 or so. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be breaking down below this support and then trying to make another higher low off of this, or if we're just going to go like that, or basically like that. Both are good options. Both are things I'm going to be looking to buy. I think right now we're most likely heading for option 1 here. I'll wait to see, but it does look like we want to take that path there. If you go over here to the daily chart on this one, again, remember, I'd be much more full-throated about going all into Bitcoin right now if everything was bullish on the MACD and stuff. I have my way of trading. I stick to it. I know it's kind of odd sometimes, but I'm still not 100% sold on Bitcoin until I start to see that MACD go back up and all of the weekly oscillators also go back into being bullish territory. I think right now only one oscillator is not back to being bullish, so it's not really much stopping us here. But until that happens, yeah, I'm definitely seeing us potentially coming back down here to the 50-day moving average, which is still above this level of support we were talking about, and trying to bounce off and then having a more robust move back above that 20. Just like over here, once we get back above the 20 again, should be able to kick off and go for another rally. Bitcoin should be able to go up a little bit higher. I don't know if we're going to have another crazy rally like this one, where we're going up from 2,400 up to 4,000, but still anticipating a pretty general good move there. And hey, Warren, welcome to the Ruble, my man. Manscaped, hey, I know, I love getting my free Manscaped stuff. Hey, it was nice, it was chill. And hey, Sheldon, you had mentioned a couple days ago that Bonk was ready to break out. I bought some and happy with the increase. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, no worries. I think it was up against a moving average. Isn't that what it was up against? Let me see if I can remember that. That Bonk. There you go. Yeah, there you go. The change of character right up there, going right to the moving average. I'm sad it wasn't able to break out, though. It looks almost like Ethereum, though, right? Getting squeezed between the 20 and the 50 here. I was hoping it might even move up a little bit higher. But yeah, look at that. Now it's just getting squeezed. You're going to see a lot of stuff getting squeezed here, though, pretty soon. Like, there's some weird stuff like Chili's, which already broke down below this and broke back above it, not doing anything. But I'm getting ready for some of those larger moves. Even ID token, this one has been going crazy here. It's come back down quite a bit, but again, you just zoom out on this one, you can see weekly chart. It's had a few good months here. I want to see if it goes higher, though. I'm hoping to buy it if it dips a little bit more. There we are. Yeah, no worries, type. Higher low? Oh, all higher lows mean in the scheme of things is this. So you have the chart right here. This is a low. This is a higher low. This is another higher low. This is another higher low. So when these higher lows get broken as Bitcoin comes back down below, that's usually a big selling sign. Like, let's say Bitcoin fell down. That's a big selling sign saying, hey, the market's moving down. You should be selling your positions, or you should be shorting at this point in time. That's basically all it means. A lot of times you see that somewhat in smart money concepts, change of characters and stuff. You can see how we have a see how we have a low right here, and we're kind of breaking down below that low right here where the candle's confirming it, right? Typically, you'd want to be selling around that time because you're anticipating the move to come down even more. Now, this one's a little bit different because, of course, what you're looking at is other oscillators, other events, stuff like that. This is a bull market. You're not going to be necessarily shorting into a bull market all too much, but you get the point. That would have been a good day trade for people out there, not so much of a good swing trade. Let me get rid of all those little yellow lines very fast. There we go. all it means is high or lows. Like basically the low point of a dip. I call them troughs, but I feel like I'm an old man when I say that. Dips. It's a higher dip. So it's dip, a higher dip, a higher dip, a higher dip, or a higher low point. If you ever have questions about like some of the more basic stuff, ChatGPT is a great source, along with fusing it together with Investopedia. That's probably the golden way to kind of figure out some of that stuff when you're learning to trade, because it also allows you to kind of write notes on the side. And I don't necessarily give you the best time to write notes because I'm talking too damn fast. But if you can, like, if you have a question, still feel free to ask me. I don't mind that. But ChatGPT mixed with Investopedia can be very, very good. Like if you go over here to higher lows Investopedia, right? Uptrend and technical analysis, how to trade and expand. What's an uptrend? And it should peak and trough. Yeah, what do you call swing? Higher swing lows and higher swing highs. So you can go over here to high swing highs, swing high and technical analysis, how to trade examples, and it'll show you. If you scroll down far enough, there you go. It'll show you some examples here that you might like. It seems okay. I might be too zoomed in. I'm zooming at 200%, so it's kind of messing it up a little bit. But basically, they'll usually give you some examples there as well. I prefer using ChatGPT first, then going over to Investopedia. I'm still kind of ticked off at Investopedia for gaslighting America and saying we didn't have a recession back in 2022. And hey, Steve, did you do fetch yet? That's the only one of the three I have. I haven't sold any of my spot AI tokens. I've only sold off a few of my teeny weeny leverage trades that I have on them, because those are the ones that are going to be closed. I still don't know what's happening with the spot tokens just yet. I would implore you to listen to Fetch AI, right? They had an audio room today on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter or X, if you want to call it that. Listen to this recording. It's about 36 minutes long. Perhaps when you're on your morning routine to work tomorrow, perhaps when you're going to bed tonight, maybe when you're preparing dinner or something like that, you know, and then you should be able to learn more about it. I'm going to listen to this tomorrow morning myself, and then I will tell you guys what I learned. But for me, I believe, yeah, Singularity also had one today. Yeah, here it is. So this one was an hour long. So you might even want to listen to this one instead, because it might give more information. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, yeah, you wanna what do you call? Let's see, singularity. Yeah, you want to listen to one of these, and it might give you more information, because I'm sure somebody is going to answer that question, or at least I hope somebody is. I really hope they do, because I do not want to be surprised by anything happening with this tokens. For me, the only things I'm selling are the leveraged futures positions, because again, when you have the names change and things change and tokens go away, the futures are going to be taken off of the exchanges, and then the new token will come in, and that's where I want to, again, rebuy into it, because I know I'm going to buy it, but I just don't want to have to wait for them to close my position for me, because I always feel like something bad can happen when they do it for me, instead of me, choosing when to sell and when to buy. I want to have those choices. Hey, Steve. Yeah, I just want to know how, or one of them can still be the other token, but two tokens, they're not all going to be renamed this, because they all have different values and different market caps. So I want to figure out how all of that meshes together here. But again, that's why I'm going to have to listen to learn everything I can. NAG, thank you. Yeah, the indicators I'm using are the 20, 50, and 200 moving averages, followed by the stochastic with special settings that I have. Then I have the RSI and MACD. If you want to see the setup that I have, I believe if you go to YouTube and you type in Smart Money Concepts, Lux Algo, go right here. This video breaks down everything I have. Oh shit, I gotta watch an ad. Okay, hold on. Ignore the ad. Okay, there we go. Hey everyone, today I'm gonna show you guys how to get. By the end of it, you see everything I have going on right here, right? Everything. Oh, actually, this one doesn't have the RSI, but you just add an RSI into this one and you're fine. So basically, it breaks it all down for you nice and easy, and it teaches you kind of a strategy around mastering smart money concepts. There we go. Renamed is the exact term. That'd be good. But okay, buddy. I'm going to call it a night right now. It's been nice streaming with you guys for the past few hours. I have to go let my dog outside, and I have to go make dinner for me and my sister here, because I was supposed to end the stream technically an hour ago, but I didn't. But it was nice talking to you guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later here. But basically, you're just waiting for Bitcoin to make a larger move over the next few days. That's all we're doing. We're basically waiting to see if we have to fall down one more time before making that larger move, or if we're at the bottom right now, we're going to move up closer to the end of the day. That's basically the move. Right now, you would anticipate us to go higher, but we really just want to get it back above $70,000, and then you guys can feel much more confident about that larger move happening towards the end of the week, okay? Remember, there is inflation data coming out this Friday, and that's going to be a big boost or a big kick in the nuts to Bitcoin, okay? Have a good night, everybody, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.